had 11 of my 29 hit points left, and I've used a rage. I'm
Well,
hoping
it
we
seemed
can.
like we are getting ready to go home for the evening, so I think after we talk to these people, we might be able to go get some rest. Unless Alex has something evil planned.
I know. We'll have to see if we can make it home.
Well, I am a DM, so I always have something evil planned. Well, I got a lot done in the backyard today. Got the patio cleaned off. I got the back patio, like the part that's under the roof that we have. I got that all cleaned out and rearranged, and I made like a nice garden area so we could do because we're going to be planting a lot more food this year. So I needed a space to where we can actually, like, pot things and plant things and have our tools and all that. So I arranged that whole area. So I feel, and then like I started a fire later on. Heidi made an awesome dinner with like asparagus and this frittata sort of thing, and so it was, yeah, it was
Nice.
good.
That sounds nice.
Ate out on the patio table. At least Heidi and I did. The kids, they're just like, eh, whatever. It's not what I asked for, so I don't want to eat it. It's gross.
That sounds like a pretty good impression.
It's exactly what they sound like.
I mean, I would believe it.
I am a master impressionist.
They begged me and pleaded to, like, we're tired of you cooking. Can we go buy something from a store? I'm like, I'm not feeling safe about that. And so finally they begged and pleaded me, and they're like, I think if we went to a pickup from Cracker Barrel, they would cook their food.
About once a week, we've been trying to get carry out from someplace just to help, support local businesses and whatnot. So we got Old Scratch the night before last, and a week before, I went and picked up. Oh, what did I get the week before? I don't remember. But yeah, once a week we try to.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've been doing. We went to or picked up Wheat Penny last night,
I
and
saw that.
that was a very good call on our part. And we got Lily's the week before, which was good, but not as good as Wheat Penny.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't eat out too much, but same thing. We're just trying to support the local businesses, and I get tired of cooking sometimes, so
Yes. Cooking and clean up afterwards.
right. And it's also like a chance to get out of the house for 10 minutes.
It was funny. I'm trying to think, like, I don't know, it's probably about 5 or 6. It was earlier Monday. I think it was Monday night of this week. The kids really wanted a pizza, and all I had was cardboard pizzas that I make at home, and I'm like, I don't want one of those. So I said, okay, we'll go to Papa John. So Jaden rode with me in the car. I wasn't gonna let him get out, but he rode with me, and he got in the car and he's like, took in a deep breath, and he's like, oh my goodness, I forgot the smell of the car. I haven't been in the car in a week. And so we went and did that, and so he came in and told that to Justin. Well, so then I guess 2 nights ago we went for a walk and did some chalk drawing up at the school, and just wrote thank yous to the teachers and things like that for chalk. And then we got back in, and we all kind of still wanted to go kind of do something and be out. So I said, all right, hop in the car. And that's when we drove over to y'all's house to say hi. And so Justin got in the car, and as soon as he got in the car, he's like, I haven't been in the car in 3 weeks.
Yep.
Like, wow, this is true. This is crazy. Like, my lease is, I'm killing it on my lease though. Man, I'm nailing the lease stuff. I've already got more than a month of mileage saved up.
Yeah, we've been, of course now the great irony is the gas is so cheap and no one's driving anywhere.
Right.
I'm actually excited that I get to go back to work on Wednesday.
Like full time or just for that day?
Full time.
Really, already Wednesday? I thought that they started. I thought didn't some cases start popping up on base?
Yeah, well, the reason I was quarantined is because I had come into contact with an individual who was suspected to have it.
Okay.
Although they weren't able to test the individual, and like 2 days after this individual went to the doctor, person felt fine, like no symptoms or anything. So it's like, okay, this was obviously just like allergies or a cold or something else.
Right.
But they still required everyone to stay home 2 weeks because I walked by this person.
Huh.
Because my job is considered essential, so I'm not supposed to. So I'm still supposed to be at work, you know, 40
Mine
hours
is
a week.
too, actually. The as far as the corporation policy, we are considered essential. So, um, but my office is closed, so there's no office for me to go to report to work. So, I still get to work from home.
Right. Yeah, my office is still very open and there's nothing that I can do from home.
Yeah. I'm about to play a sound effect. You guys tell me if you can hear it. It's going to sound like lightning. Hell, I didn't even hear it. Hold on, let me try another one.
I heard a goat.
All right, let me try it again.
Nothing. Oh yes, a thunder roll.
Oh, you could hear thunder?
I heard a thunder roll. It's
Okay.
lighter than the rest of the. It's a
It's
little
yeah,
bit
it's
lighter than the other background music, but
All right,
I can
what
hear it
about
in the
this? What
background.
about this?
Negative.
No.
nothing.
What about... Could you hear that?
No.
No.
Dang it. All right, let me see if I can... Oh, I can play the Wilhelm scream. Let's see if you hear this.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nope.
Dang it. All right, let me see if I can bump this up a little bit. There's an app called Sirenscape, which is for RPGs. It's basically a soundboard where you can program in sets, like settings, scenes, and then you could also play individual sounds within that scene on command. But trying to get it to play through Discord instead of just the speaker or the headset is the tricky part. So that's what I'm trying to work up while we wait for
She
Heidi
just.
and Melissa.
She just. Yeah, I was gonna say Heidi just texted. Said Teddy is not asleep yet. I love how she did this. Feel free to start. I'll be there soon. Just say Finny is sleeping curled up in the sun. And she looked so content you couldn't bear to wake her. And you knew that she'd follow your scent for wherever you go.
Oh, we'll just say that she's drunk.
There you go.
What is Melissa doing?
I think she just got home or she's going to be home soon. She was at the barn. She texted me some amount of time ago, 24 minutes ago, that she's on her way home, and it's usually about a 20-minute trip. And I heard the dog barking, so she'll be soon here very soon. I don't know.
Okay. sound settings, advanced.
Advanced.
Dogs are barking very much. I'm gonna go see if she's home.
Okay. Blink twice if it's a robber.
So I guess it's just you and me. So I read through your crafting thing,
Yes.
pretty detailed. I've got to. I'll read through it again. It was a good first read. Definitely sounds like that'll probably have to be something we do later, or something we could maybe begin to, because it's a long process. But somewhat, I don't know that we're the right levels to even really begin some of it. I could begin gathering. I guess one thing I would just say then is that just know that this is in the back of my character's mind, and so as I'm going through and looking for things, I'm looking for things that I would be able to use, resources, um, a gem or something like that. And I do eventually need to have somehow a private conversation with Lux to see if maybe, or you tell me. I mean, can she and I work on this, and I work on the weaponry side, and she works on the magic side, and we work to combine them later, or is that not how it works?
It seemed like something. Here, let me pull up the rule set again real quick.
Well, I didn't mean to distract you. I knew you were working on the sound thing.
No. You're fine. You're fine. So 4 things are needed: a lead artisan, crafting materials, a means of production. Actually, 5 things: instructions and labor. So lead artisan would be you.
Right.
And you would need to be at least 3rd level. So that's one thing we'll have to wait for. You have to be 3rd
Yep.
level before you have enough skill to be able to make even a common item.
Okay.
And then if it's a common item, minimum creation cost is 100 gold. And you would need a forge.
Or access to a forge, right?
Right.
Okay.
Instructions. And labor, which is just something you spend time on.
Right.
So other than the 3rd level thing, that's really the only thing you're going to have to work towards.
Right.
Before you can start actually crafting stuff.
Okay. But like, to make a magical item, if we wanted to try and do that, do you have to have the sword first, and then it's like casting a spell or putting a special gem in it? Or is it something that you have to do along with the crafting of the sword? You have to be pumping magic into it too?
You would... No, let's see what this says.
Because I was like, I don't know if me and Lux would have to spend time together, me forging and she spellcasting the whole time, or if that happens, that joining, she can be working on gathering a gem and casting the spells or learning what's needed to create the magic side of it, and I can do the crafting side of it, and then we can join it together later. I wasn't sure.
Rarity I have created. Well, what is the rarity of a +1 or a plus something sword? I think it starts at uncommon. Well, let's see.
Is that in a book, or where would one find that?
It is. It's also, I got a website pulled up right now. I'm looking it up.
Because I have books I can read.
I have books too.
Most of mine are on the other side of that wall, and I don't know about getting up again.
Yeah, no one's asking you to get up.
I've done that once.
Wouldn't recommend it. So weapon +1 is uncommon.
It's uncommon.
So you would, again, need to be 3rd level.
Okay. It would be...
500 gold piece minimum creation cost.
Okay.
You would need the forge. Instructions on crafting a magic weapon might need some additional information. Because it's not like you're just making a sword, you're making a special sword.
Right.
and labor. So if magic users participating in the imbuing process do not need to have proficiency in the artisan's tools. However, if they are proficient in the tools, they are able to add their proficiency dice to the imbuing process.
So they can help.
Correct.
Yep. I saw that and I'm like, okay, so I could get some help, but I was kind of wanting to see if I couldn't create this thing in my spare time, maybe with Lux's help, and then present it to Finn, like later, so that Finn doesn't know that we're working on this. I don't know.
Yeah, it's mostly we would just have to keep track of how much time was spent by each person.
And down right before, and if you're looking at the same document you sent me, right above the conclusion part where there's like the little formula the person wrote.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I understand the math. So if you find it, it says 20, and that's because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 people helping, and they all get 5. They all offer 5 just straight out of the gate. So there's the 20. Then the 3d4 is because the expert gets 2d4 and the proficient gets 1d4. So that makes 3d4. And then it says the average of that is 35. But 3d4
I actually see 37.5.
Yeah, it says 37.5 is the average. And I'm like, 37.5 is not the average of a 3d4 roll.
Plus 20. Plus 20. Plus 20.
Okay, well then that would be 35. Okay, so let's say it's okay. Let's say it's 37. So then plus 10 would be 47, and then their equal says it's 67. I'm like, how did they get the extra 20?
Well, that's the 5 plus 2d4 plus the 5 plus 1d4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 10
equals. But I thought the first 20 was the 5 for each participant.
5 plus 2d4, so the average of that would be 4.5 maybe, plus 5 plus 2, 5, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll figure it out before we hit 3rd level.
I was just sitting there while I was trying to figure it out, and I was like, wait a minute, how many years am I going to have to...
not to for a simple +1 longsword with help. It might take at least we'll figure it out, and if it seems like an unseemly amount of time, then maybe we'll think of some other rules. These are some rules that someone else wrote that I found on the internet that I thought, okay, well these might work.
Yeah, I was looking at them like they're good.
I have another set of rules. Let me see if I can find the ones that I wrote for my other campaign that ended a couple years ago. Let me see. Notes. House rules. So I have rules for harvesting creatures, researching spells, constructing magic items. And I was just using the rules in the DMG. Okay, so I didn't really do anything special with that. So let's see. 5 plus 4 is 9. Plus 5, 6, 7. Plus 5 plus 5 plus 10. 10, 20, 27... 30. I got 36 as a total, not 20. How'd they get 20? Yeah, I think their numbers are like wrong out of the gate. So 30. I got 36 plus 3d4.
Right. That's what I was, because I was thinking when I looked over the formula, I was like, I came up to more like about half of that, more like 35, 40. So I'm like, I don't understand their math.
So what's the average that can be rolled on on 3d4?
Well, 3d4 is 3 4-sided dice, so that's 3 times 12. So 12 would be the high, 1 would be the low, so 6 would be your average.
3 would be the low.
Oh, 3 would be your low. You're right. I'm sorry. So it's 3 to 12. So 3 plus 12 is 15. Divided by 2 is 7 is your average.
See, you're good at math. So that's 7, 36 plus 7 plus 10, 46, 53. So actually it should be 53 gold pieces per day for their little example there.
Yeah.
Unless there's something we're missing.
Another quick question then. So if I go up to scroll up higher up in your chart or up in up your paper, so if we go up to the where it says the cost of common versus uncommon and rare. Okay, so the common item, I assume that's like your everyday sword, basic sword, right? So if that's what is that what it mean? A common item is?
Let's see what like a long sword would be considered. Let me find an item chart online.
She says, "I think he's down." Woohoo!
I can hear your phone dinging.
Yeah. Mine keeps.
I have mine on silent.
I was just trying to think of the economics because if a normal sword is, because like I went and looked, like a lot of times the swords, like if we were buying them in the store, it says it's like 10 gold. But I'm like, if I look here and it says it cost me 100 gold to create it, what's the economics of that? How would I? Because I'm like, I was wondering, like, can I make some side hustle money on, on our days when everybody's just kind of doing their own thing? I'm like, I'm gonna go down to the local guild and I'm gonna forge me a sword and sell it for 100 or 10 gold.
Well, it says standard price of materials is 50% of the value of the final item, and you could get discounts by making deals at the DM's discretion. No deals.
No deal for you.
And so the imbuing involves gemstones. In these rules, it would be a little bit different for this specific campaign, but additional products required beyond the gemstone must be crafted at full cost. For instructions. I'm going to go grab my books real quick. Hold on, I'm off mic for just 1 second. No, I need to have my books next to me anyway, so I'll be right back. Hold on.
Okay, all right. Just trying to understand.
Oh, and the lovely sounds of the children hurling insults at each other from the other room.
Oh, that's heartwarming.
Minecraft is stressful, man. It's you place a dirt block in the wrong place and it's chaos.
Yeah. Or you let a what are they called? One of the zombie-looking things blow up in the wrong place and like.
Oh, the creepers.
Creepers, yes. I'm like, what was the name? Creepers, yeah. You blew up part of my house.
Well, the equipment listings
like when
don't
I went to go
list.
I was just trying to figure out because like it's just like when I went to go look at like what weapons cost. Like a lot of times they're like 5, 10, 15. Some of them are more than that, but most of them, the core basic ones were like right around 10 gold. And so when I was looking here at the item rarity, the minimum creation costs it says for common, which is what I thought maybe a basic sword would be, it says 100 gold. I'm like, so I would have to pay 100 gold to go and create it, and then when it's done, I can only sell it for 10. Well, I don't understand.
I think those in these rules, the item rarity. I think common is speaking specifically of magic items. I think there's a level below common, which is just mundane.
Okay.
Which would probably just go by the rules in the Dungeon Master's Guide, which I'm pulling up right now.
All right.
House rules. See what page if we're on here.
Yeah, I was just trying to figure out. I'm like, well, if we ever have like a days where like we're gonna take 2 days to go do whatever you want, like maybe I go spend 2 days and pound out 2 swords and sell them for 20 gold, and I make some gold money on the side. I make my money on the side or something, and improve my craft. But I was like, wait a minute, I'll go into debt quick. I'm not a great economic.
Here.
Sorry.
So in the base rules for D&D, the core rules, they don't have any rules for crafting mundane items. Xanthar's Guide to Everything includes them, which is, I am sending a link in Roll20.
Bling. I heard it. I see it. I am going.
Run away!
Xanthar's Guide to Everything.
Which is downtime rules, which different things that a character can do during downtime in between adventures, and crafting an item is one of those things.
Okay.
So let's see. To be crafted, a character needs raw materials worth half of the item's selling cost. So for a long sword, which is 15 gold, so you'd be looking at 7.5
in materials. Okay.
In materials, and then time spent
to build it.
Divide its gold piece cost by 50. A character can complete multiple items in a work week if the item's combined cost is 50 gold pieces or lower. And my
What are you crafting?
Gifts.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Honey, this soup's amazing.
Thank you.
You made soup? What kind of soup?
That wasn't soup. That was for my dirty socks.
No.
Taco soup.
Taco soup.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Oh, that sounds good.
You got tortilla chips to go with it?
I just opened my bag of Fritos and I'm dumping them on top.
Heck yeah.
It's got pureed. What do you do, honey? You puree the refried beans into the broth?
Yep.
Find yourself fancy. A man who knows how to puree. That's what I always said.
I mean, the second she saw my stick blender, she knew she wanted to stay over.
Wanted to know what the other stick blender looked like.
I only have the one. So where are we at? What did I miss? We finished the campaign.
Yep. Level 20.
Won.
Wow, that was intense.
You're level 7 now.
Nice.
I punched a goat really hard and it gave me bonus XP.
Seems appropriate. So did we decide everyone rested?
No, we hadn't gotten there yet. We were talking about something with what's his name? Aaron. Thoradin.
Thoradin had a question.
About crafting?
About crafting.
Yeah.
Are you making a fancy necklace?
No, I'm making an S-word.
Saber.
A saber. Or something. I'm trying to figure out how it works so I know what I want to be on the lookout for, and what I want to spend my downtime doing, and what I want to loot for or bargain for, all that kind of stuff while we go through the rest of the stuff. So
I'm good with tools if you need a hand.
nice.
That was already talked about, actually.
Actually, yep, I was kind of counting on talking to you about it.
So we will do a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Have your people call his people in
We'll work for soup.
Aha.
taco soup.
I don't know that my cooking skills are very good. I'd have to check.
Jacob wooed me with meat. He used to, when he would come to Philly, he would show up with vacuum sealed frozen portions of like roast and smoked ribs and pulled pork.
Wow.
Fuck flowers.
Really?
I
And
have.
now I live in Dayton. Is Heidi still attending to small humans?
She finished up, I think, with the first small human and was just down here talking to the other 2 small humans. And I think she may have retreated upstairs. I have her set up in Johnny's bedroom.
She
So we'll
texted
see.
about beverages.
She's getting she has to get, she made a special beverage for the game tonight. I'm going to have to let
I
her.
saw her texting about that, but I'm like, I have no idea. I'm very new to alcoholic beverages, so like, it doesn't take much for me to get lost quickly. So I was like, I've never heard of that.
I bartended for 8 years and I've never heard of it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a new crazy one.
Well, good. I should have not revealed my weakness then.
That's what friends are for, to educate you.
There you go. Yeah.
I'll make good drinks. Oh my god, the soup.
We had asparagus, and now my pee smells wonderful.
Oh, you're one of those.
I don't know if I am. I guess I've never really paid attention. I'm gonna have to pay attention this time, and because I never really ate much asparagus because I didn't really care for it. But Heidi makes it really, really good, so I actually gobbled it up. Plus, my theory is, here's my working theory. I don't know if it's actually been researched, but as you get older, your taste buds begin to die. And so flavors aren't as strong for you. And so flavors, like as a kid, asparagus might just taste too crazy to really be able to process, and so you don't like it because it's just too much. But as you're older, since half my taste buds have met the Grim Reaper and have passed on, now asparagus is like sort of midline flavor now.
It takes more to excite you.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's all about the preparation.
So why do the kids love asparagus and not the regular food?
Because my theory holds no merit whatsoever, but
Hey,
it's all
I'm buying
have,
it.
so.
I totally buy it. I'm like, I think that's so true.
Well, my mom used to steam Brussels sprouts, and it was the worst fucking thing
Oh,
ever. Like, I would
God. Oh,
gag
yeah.
on them, and
Yeah.
Jacob
Oh,
makes
that's
the most
horrible.
delicious Brussels sprouts ever.
Oh. I can't get to those, but like asparagus, I'm good with, and my kids actually like it too, which shocks me because I couldn't
So
stand it as a
good.
kid.
I don't know, Aaron. I'm telling you, you
Well-
should have Jacob's Brussels sprouts. You'd probably like
I will
it.
try it.
Yeah.
I will try his soup too, because you.
Do you bake it, Jacob?
Yeah, I just roast them in the oven with like olive oil,
Mhm.
salt, and pepper.
Yeah.
You can use bacon
Yeah,
grease to
that's
make
the
it
key.
extra tasty, but I
Mm.
normally don't need to do that.
They're all
Yeah, I
crispy,
would-
crunchy, and delicious.
I would try Jacob's Brussels sprouts.
Yep.
I bet you would.
Lily
I'm
loves
also I'm
Brussels
also at
sprouts.
that
And
age
lima
where
beans.
I just eat things for a maintenance situation. Like I know now that like there are just things that I just need to put in my body, whether I like it or not. It's just if I want
That's what she
this
said.
ride to continue, I need to like put some decent stuff in it from time to time. so I just sort of choke it down, even though I don't like it. But it's just what is necessary.
That's
yeah,
what
I
she
just have to
said.
take my medicine.
Yeah.
I just gotta choke it down.
When the oven beeps, I'm gonna have to step away real quick to put the ciabatta in the oven.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be a lot of ciabatta. I'm telling you right now.
she's making homemade ciabatta.
It is a 2-day process. I'm never making it again. There are a million easy breads to do. The one that Alex requested is like ridiculous.
It's like one of my favorite breads from Dorothy Lane Market, and I was like, just make some. Let's try some ciabatta, not having any knowledge of how it's actually made. And it's like, and now it's a thing.
What's so time consuming about it?
The first rising is 6 to 24 hours.
Okay.
The second rise, well, and then you mix that with more bread, and you have to knead it. You mix it well for 2 minutes, and then knead it, and then put it in your electric mixer on low for 2 minutes, and then on a high for 2 minutes, and hopefully you don't blow your engine. Then let it rise again for 2 hours, and then knead it again and shape it and flatten it and put it on whatever you're going to use to transfer it to the stone. Moisten towel over the top, rise again for 2 hours. So 3 risings, which is, to me, wow. And then once you get it on the stone, you have to mist it several times in the first 15 minutes of its cooking. So it's like, if
Sounds
you really
like a lot.
project,
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of a lot, but which would be fine if I wasn't doing other things.
That bread it requires lots of love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
As long as it tastes like lots of, if it tastes like the amount of effort put into it, it's gonna be the best damn bread we've ever had.
I can tell Melissa really loves that soup because she is scraping the bottom of
Oh,
that
I'm
bowl.
sorry.
I keep
Once the
waiting.
scraping stops, then you know she's licking the bowl.
I was gonna say I keep waiting for the licking to commence.
She's getting
Said-
Comment, Aaron.
every possible molecule of soup in that bowl she is getting out.
There's plenty more in the pot if you need more.
I
No, I
keep thinking I'm
can't
gonna
have
feel like
second.
Finn's over there eating soup.
She's
Yeah, sorry, I
screaming.
forgot about the like microphone right next to my mouth as I scarf this. Apologize. I hope you enjoyed it as
She
much
has
as I did.
friction. Friction has worked through the bottom of the bowl and left a hole. So she needs a whole new bowl now.
I scraped it a little extra since it seemed to be exciting you so much.
The soup was actually cold. She scraped it so much that it heated it up.
Yep.
Nice. That's
Little
like how many times you
friction.
have to slap a chicken to heat it. I mean, to cook it.
I've seen that math done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good stuff. It's good
It's
stuff.
like faster than the speed of light or something.
Or like 30,000 times, but all like within a 5-second period.
Right. Whatever it was unreasonable.
Yes, yeah, and probably better ways to cook a chicken. Probably.
Well,
It's almost as time consuming as making that bread.
Right. I'm gonna go stick the bread in the oven, and I'll be right back.
All right.
all right. So where are we at, folks? What's
Just
sort
You're
of-
getting started.
You're in a dark alleyway, having just fought 5 roguish type people in this alleyway who conned you into approaching before surrounding you and then being thoroughly trounced. So
I think there
Did
are
we search
2
any
that
of the
are-
bodies?
I think there are 2 that are alive that we were thinking of interrogating.
We tied them up,
Okay.
and I don't know if we got to searching them yet. But I think we're going to interrogate them, yes.
Yeah, let's search and interrogate.
let's throw some bodies on the field. Let's see.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit the floor. We'll make them nice and bloody. There's one. Is drawing. We'll put one there. And we'll put you. Is drawing. We'll we'll put you. I'm not sure which ones were.
I know the ones
I
that
can tell you this. I can tell you the two down by me. The top bandit was alive.
Can I tell you guys a little fun fact?
Yes.
So I made these dead body tokens a couple of years ago to sell on Roll20, and I actually had Lily pose for them. I had her lay down on the carpet, just laying down in different positions, and then I took pictures of the poses so I could sketch.
Legal?
I could sketch over them. I'm not sure if it's legal. I mean, I think so. I mean, she was probably.
Did she sign a consent form, a waiver?
She was probably around 10, and most of these are male adult dead bodies. So I think it's legal. Here's one missing
really
a leg.
We'll
throw him out there.
I think it's legal.
I was telling them about.
I think it's legal. Dead 10-year-olds. What?
No, these dead body tokens that I drew, I had Lily pose for them.
Oh, did you really?
I had her laying down on the carpet in the living room, and I took pictures of her laying there, and then I used those. I use them as references to sketch over top of.
So I'm looking at multiple iterations of my dead daughter. That's
if she were a grown medieval man, yes.
If she were an adult male, okay.
Yeah.
That's we were trying to decide if him taking pictures of Lily in various poses and then drawing her was legal or not.
That part, I think that part is legal.
Sound questionable,
It might just be selling them for profit, which is a problem.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey man, an artist has to get, he's got to get his references,
And thank you, FCC, for joining this conversation.
Right.
We run a full disclosure type of game. So 2 of the bandits, and we'll say you just sort of bring them here into the middle, and they're kind of tied up and unconscious. One is, okay, that certainly can't be the one that's still alive because he's at like negative 16 hit points. So we'll say he's one of the dead ones.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah. And we'll just copy you, and we'll say you're the 2.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Oh, you're in yellow. Here's a nice yellow dead body. We'll throw him on the field. There you go.
Lovely.
All right. I'm going to go spray my bread while you align the bodies.
Is that a euphemism for something? It was a pack of Halloween-themed tokens that I made a couple of years ago, and it included a variety of bodies that had been killed in horrific ways with a variety of blood levels. Like some have no blood, and then a small amount of blood, and then just a lot of blood. And these are all the tokens with a lot of blood.
Nice. One needs to express themselves.
And make a little coin on the side, if you know what I'm saying. Little green, little cheddar cheese.
The money.
I really hope you're gonna like this bread because it's gonna be huge. The 4 loaves were too big to fit on the stone that we have in there, so it's gonna be a lot of bread. Let's hope it's good.
Nothing you've said so far sounds like a bad thing, except for maybe the chef having to deal with the large bread.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, I'm happy to eat your ciabatta.
Oh my.
Whoa.
Fresh.
All right, so Thoradin, you're coming off your rage. Oh, by the way, so I put up. Why are they still showing up? Another new release that I had on the marketplace on Roll20 were these token markers that I designed last week. And like the rage icon that is on Thoradin. That's one of the ones that I designed. And the concentration icon on Finny is another one.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's cool.
So you guys are, Gareth and Thoradin especially are you're kind of beat up a little bit.
A little bit.
They got a couple of licks in.
They were doing that tank thing.
Yeah. So starting off, is there any healing or anything that you want to do first, right out of the gate, as the battle winds down?
We're out of taking turns though, right? So I could
Yes,
just
all of the opponents are either unconscious or dead or dying.
They've been vanquished.
So the cure wounds, can I only do it one time? It's a first level thing that I have to cast with touch.
Yeah, it depends on how many spell slots you have. I think as a second level, you have 3, so you can do it 3 times.
Okay.
You can
Who
cast
needs
3. You can cast 3 spells, basically.
And then how long until they regenerate? Is it a day or is it
after a long rest?
All right. Who needs healing?
I do. I'm at 11 of my 29, so I'm like 1/3.
Oh, shit. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna do that to him. Did that work?
So you got 4 points back.
That's not much.
Are we in a situation where we think we want to? I mean, I feel like we're in the town, so buying a healing potion's not necessarily. I mean, using a healing potion seems excessive when we're already in a town.
Well, like, how much do you heal if we just go back to an inn and sleep it off a day?
If you get a full night's rest, then you get basically full hit points back.
Oh, really? Well,
yeah.
the heck with using spell slots then.
Yeah, I say we just do that as long as we can make it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know what's going to happen between now and when you're able to rest is the only thing. But
why don't we just go back to this just in and have some soup and some gin and sleep it off?
If we can make it. If not, we'll have to take a potion quick.
do you want to also hit Gareth with a cure wounds?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
You'll get your spell slots back when we rest as well.
Oh,
so it,
okay.
Yep. Oh,
Like,
you
it
got
might
10 on
be-
Gareth. Wow, look at
Man,
that.
you really
well,
nice.
for goodness sake.
I feel much better.
Can I use my last spell slot to give more to Thoradin?
You can cast your last slot, yeah, on Thoradin.
Now, do I
Or
get my
does it
points?
not matter because we're going to go rest anyway?
I guess it doesn't matter as long as we make it back, unless something happens along the way.
If a
Right.
fight happens, then I might need to entangle someone anyway. So yeah.
entangle is a
Cantrip, right?
cantrip fee, though, right?
No. Guidance and magic stone are cantrips, but entangle is a first level
Well,
spell.
then, yeah, I'd rather you have that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, okay.
again, we have a healing potion, so we can always heal him that way if it's needed.
Sounds good. Okay.
So, do I get my 4 points right now? Is it instant? Or?
Yeah.
I already added it in
Yes.
roll 20.
Well,
You were at 11. You're at 15 now.
I was just excited to use it because I've never been the healer before, so I was just excited.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't really do healing.
No, you do more of the killing and the soul eating kind of thing.
What I'm trying to figure out is why the script isn't running. Oh, that's why. They're disabled. I'm going to restart the sandbox.
I'm gonna go mist my bread again. I'll be right back.
Okay. There was a code error in the scripts that were running on the page. Okay, that says it's ready. So you should not be yellow anymore, Gareth. Let's see if we can fix this. Okay, that's better. Back to +1, 19. And let's see what color you should be. There you go.
All right. I'm only half dead.
That's better.
Oh, that's a pretty good one. That's
So
why
should
you
we
can't taste things.
search the bodies for anything?
So who's actually carrying the healing potion?
I have one and Gareth has one.
I was
Yes.
gonna say, could I, since I'm the one that might need it next, could I have one so I don't have to? We don't have to like waste an
Yeah.
action later of like
I
passing it off.
I pass it off.
Okay, thanks.
We can go get another one later too.
Yeah, that sounds fine.
They're expensive, but I've offered to barter skills with the temple,
Take it
so we can
out
see if
of
that's a
my
doable thing.
thing. Okay.
All right, would it be investigation to see if they've got anything on them, Alex?
They do. You find.
No roll.
I think we may have already done this. They got, and maybe not. Jacob, you can check your notes, but 36 gold and 30 copper and 21 silver between them.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did have that written down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we did that.
Yep.
And
did.
then you also noted that they each have a tattoo of a needle under their left eye.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
The clothing's
they're
nice.
right. It's like
They're from the Weaving Guild. The symbol is
Do either of them have a nice belt?
sure. Yeah,
Can
one
I
of
steal
them
a nice belt off of one of them?
you can, yeah.
Is it the right size?
I mean, it's leather. I can cut it and punch holes.
Yeah.
I just want them to have their pants fall down for what they. If they
The
have
real
any other
question-
nice articles of clothing worth.
Real
like some
question is,
gauntlets
can you
or-
get one with no blood on it? Is the real question.
Oh, I don't care about that. Leather cleaner takes care of that.
Wait, how do you know that? How do you know this?
I mean, I take care of my stuff.
That and you've murdered people in leather.
Before, this is true.
You leather killer, you.
Is there any? Do they have like nice leather armor there, or anything like that worth stealing?
The armor is average. You could take one of the suits, definitely. It's not like exceptional quality. Their clothes are actually much better. Like their
Yep.
the pants that they're wearing, the tunics
I can't
are
believe
of
you
much
just
better
went into
quality. It's
service.
kind of a they're not brightly colored, but they're like really like bold dark tones of like blues and greens and reds and
Can I take their weapons?
are any of you, maybe Jacob's character, maybe Gareth, make a just a straight intelligence check for me. That's pretty good.
15.
So you know that the Tullamore, who are it's the Weaver Guild in Whitecap that basically runs the entire weaving trade in the town. They're kind of known for this sort of design work in their clothes, sort of these bold colors, and so it kind of reminds you of the type of stuff that they would sell. It's like higher scale clothing that they sell at their flagship store. But it looks like stuff that they would sell. And it looks like stuff that you're surprised that just common street riffraff like this would actually have.
Can we take it and sell it?
You might have to repair or wash it.
What about their
It smells
weapons?
like
Can I take them and could we take them and sell them or melt them down?
You could, if you had access. I mean, melting it down would be harder just because you would need access to a forge, but you could definitely resell them.
All right. Yeah, I'm willing to do that.
All
Yeah,
right,
let's rob the robbers.
so Thoradin has an armful of, I think they were carrying scimitars.
Oh yeah, didn't Finny want one?
Yeah,
Is
I
someone
should-
like
I did.
pumping a toilet out or?
I'm stirring my syllabub. I'm sorry.
She's missing her bread.
Syllabub, that's what it was called.
Yeah.
I need to run
I can-
upstairs, so
I
I want to
can
taste it when I'm
myself.
up
Let me-
there.
I'll bring you some. It's not ready yet.
Oh, well,
So how many
dang it.
scimitars were there? 4? 5?
All right, I'll be right back.
Myself.
There were
I will move
5.
myself.
5 scimitars. Okay.
Am I muted?
No.
Am I muted now?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay, guess I don't know how to mute myself. Alex
Are you-
says, yeah, we knew that, Heidi.
Do you need to fart? Is that what you have to mute?
No, because I'm making stirring noises or whisking noises.
We just listened to 10 minutes of Melissa eating soup. I think we're
Yeah.
fine.
Okay.
I
Welcome
think
to
we
my
can
life. It's super.
Ah, I get it. I see what you did there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't tell you, while I was in there, the reason it took a minute, Teddy will crying because I wasn't with him.
Oh, yep.
And I've returned.
So we'll see
Yay.
how that all goes.
Okay.
Well, didn't Finny want a scimitar to begin with?
I did, and I couldn't afford one.
So now
Well,
you
now
have
you
one.
got- Now you have
Did I buy
5.
one? No, I think I did buy one actually.
I
Darn it.
thought we went pitched in and she bought one.
Yeah. I
Oh,
think
that's
you're
right. Okay.
But I think she could. Can't you dual weapon? You could have 2.
I don't know if I can.
She does not have the skill for that.
Yeah, I'm all druidy. We don't do that.
All right.
We're not, you know.
Well, I just realized, like, in the very tail end of that battle, that I can. So I might keep one for myself
Sweet.
and forget this my
Well,
shield. What?
yeah, scimitar is, I think, considered, because you have to have a certain class of weapon to be able to dual wield. They both have to be light weapons. And I
Okay,
think
so
a scimitar
it's not
is
light.
considered a light weapon. But let me check.
But a battle axe, maybe not so much.
What about a warhammer?
Warhammer is not.
Oh,
No,
that's
Warhammer is a two-handed weapon.
Mine says
I thought
versatile.
you said you could use it 1 or 2.
Yeah, I can do versatile.
Oh, is it versatile? Okay. I don't even see Warhammer in your actions list, Thoradin. What's up with that?
Oh well, because I wasn't carrying it on this thing.
Oh, because we went to the
There.
dinner, right?
Yeah,
I don't have my
I
scimitar with
activated
me.
it now. You should have
That's
seen-
right. Okay.
I wasn't fighting with it previously
Okay.
on this here. So I just activated it. You can see it.
Yep, I can see it. Yep, and it is versatile. That's right, because a Warhammer it has like maybe a 3-foot handle, so you can hold it either one or two-handed.
Yeah.
All right,
Slap
so
one of the swooping bandits to wake them up.
Did you say 15 bayonets to wake them up?
I slap one of them.
no, he said 15 bayonets. That's what he said. I heard it.
Is he awake yet?
I mean, I could use Mage Hand to
Whoa.
do uncouth
You're-
things to them.
He rolled a 20 in his Constitution check, so yeah, he woke up.
All right.
Yeah, and he just sort of, yeah, he's like breathing heavy and doesn't quite know where he is or what day it is. Coughs a little bit.
Hey man, why'd you attack us?
What's going on? Who are you? What's happening?
You attacked us. We kicked your butt. Why'd you attack us?
Oh man. Oh. What? Hold on, let me catch my. Hold on, let me get a breath.
I need to intimidate him in some manner.
Do you,
I
like,
could get my
raise-
Mage Hand out and threaten to stick it up his butt.
I just let all my ruff out, like all my fur, and have it stand out big, and maybe growl a little.
I kind of point my sword at his throat in an intimidating manner.
My Mage Hand grabs a hold of his balls and does not squeeze, but makes it clear that I will.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
And that's my intimidation roll.
Whoa.
Nice,
Wow.
baby.
Whoa.
I'm intimidated, and I'm on your team.
He like instantly like wakes up and like scoots, tries to like pull himself back away from the
Nope,
mage
just
hand.
stay right there.
And what do you want to what do you want to know? Who do you want? Who?
Why did you attack us?
We were hired, man. They just gave us money. They just
hired
told
you?
us they just needed to quiet you up, man. That's all they said. They said look for you guys leaving
Who hired you?
leaving the manor, and so we did it. I don't know who hired us. I'm not the one in charge. I was just told to do this, and so I did it. We thought it would be an easy mark. Oh, God, please don't squeeze. Please don't squeeze. Please don't squeeze.
Who is in charge?
And he points over to the guy who's dead.
Well, I guess that means you're in charge
down
now.
here.
You just got a promotion.
Congratulations, you've been promoted.
I
don't-
tighten
I
my
don't
grip
know.
very slightly, but not all enough to cause intense pain.
Yeah, his voice kind of goes up an octave, and like a register higher, and he's just like, I don't know. I seriously, I do not know who hired us. He just said to come here at this time with the group, so I met up with the guys, and we came here, and they told us to stand there and wait for you to come into the alley, and so we waited, and then you were here, and then he starts crying. And then
Can I
we
do
waited.
any sort of roll to see if I can believe him or if he's
Yeah,
lying?
you can do an insight check.
All right. And anyone else that wants to do anything, please feel free to hop
I mean,
in
I
on-
do have him by the balls.
Yes, you do.
Here comes some insight.
Nah.
It's not very.
You're not sure.
Okay.
Lux,
17.
Lux, you feel like he's probably being honest with you.
I feel like he has enough incentive to tell the truth right now.
Okay.
He has at least 2 incentives.
Your clothes seem awfully nice. Where did you get them?
They gave him to us. They gave him to us. They don't want us to be just dirty street rats. So they gave us these nicer clothes. This is the only one I have. This is the only suit I have. This is the nicest clothes that I have. I was just trying to bring
Heidi,
money
do you
back.
have to stir that nonstop?
For 5 minutes.
Oh my god.
God, I thought that was part of the sound effects that we're playing.
I thought someone else was eating
Sorry,
soup.
I'm trying to cover up my microphone, but I couldn't figure out how to.
I think she just figured it out. Oh no, I hear
Yeah.
it stirring again.
Oh, yeah. What about your tattoos?
It's a part of our gang, man. It's just part of the gang. We all just have tattoos like this. It's just a gang mark.
What's your gang?
I
You like the
didn't even-
sharks or the jets?
I didn't
or...
even want to be in the gang. I didn't want to.
What is your gang? The Needles?
No, the Point House, man. The Point House, the biggest thieves guild in town. It's just I couldn't
Do
get
they have
work
any thieves'
anywhere
tools
else.
on them? Alex, is there thieves' tools on them anywhere?
Oh, that'd be
Yes, one of them
All right,
did
I take
have
those.
a set of fairly decent thieves' tools wrapped in sort of a leather attaché of some kind.
I totally grab those.
All right.
What about your buddy here? And I point to the guy who's still knocked out. Would he know anything? Would he be more useful than you to keep around?
What's it? Well, it's not that I'm not useful. I'm just not the one in charge. It doesn't mean that I'm not useful.
You're not-
Like my,
To be useful, you're not telling us anything.
I have
I
2
squeezed tighter.
children. I have 2 children. I have
You're
2
not having
children.
any more if you don't tell us something useful.
I have a wife. My mother-in-law lives with us. We're just trying to keep everyone fed. It's not easy. It's not easy. Please.
And so I kind of look at the rest of the
I
team
told
and
you
like,
everything
what
that I
should I
know.
do?
I say we knock him out and go rest.
That sounds good.
Do we
so they
do we
know
want to
who
wake up
are,
the
huh?
other one and interrogate him?
I think it's, yeah, worth a try.
All right, let's knock this guy out again.
Okay, we knocked this guy out.
Not too difficult.
Bunk him on the head.
clock him over the head, and he
I mean,
collapses.
I have those lovely thieves' tools we've been wanting now if we need to break in anymore again.
Didn't you already buy some?
No, they were expensive.
Oh, well, there you go. Make
So
sure you
since
add
I
them to your inventory.
I did.
Okay.
Since I took the front run on interrogating this guy, does someone else want to try the other one?
Ooh, I want to smack this one awake, unless Thoradin wants the honor.
I don't want to hog everything.
I'm not real big. Thoradin, smack this guy awake for me.
All right, I will back and hit him, wake him up.
Yeah, he's sort of
James Beard.
groggily.
I grab him by the balls with the mage hand now.
He sort of grunts a little bit more deeper and not quite as whiny.
I squeeze harder.
Who are you? Why'd you attack us?
You sons of bitches. Oh, you're gonna get it. You're
squeeze
gonna
harder.
Get
I
it.
poked my finger in his wound.
You're gonna get it.
All right, I start twisting a ball.
He just starts screaming and groaning.
I loosen my grip.
Who hired you? Who hired you?
I'm gonna enjoy seeing your entrails drawn across
All
the
right,
street.
I wiggle my
Shield real
finger
hard.
in his
Pull
wound.
those balls right off.
He passes out again from the pain.
Dadgummit.
All right, I castrate him. Let's go home and rest.
Oh,
Yep.
gosh.
Do we want to do anything to them?
I think you've done quite a few things to them.
I'm not saying murder them, but maybe like
Well, I just castrated the difficult one.
Like, so you literally took his pants down,
Yes.
took out the twigs and berries, and did a
Just the
shave.
berries.
You just took the berries.
Oh, just the berries.
Yeah.
It's coming out.
All right, so you're now holding a bloody.
Oh no,
penis in
I
your
don't.
hand,
My mage
or
hand
bloody
had the
balls.
balls. It drops him.
Oh,
put them in the other guy's like pocket or something.
Oh.
I put him in the other guy's mouth.
Ah, I knew you were going there.
So that's the message we're going to send in this campaign.
we've just set a precedent.
Wow.
All right.
And you guys thought me killing the dog was bad.
Oh, that's way worse than castrating a bandit. That's the fucking dog. What's wrong with you?
Okay.
God.
So,
All right.
interestingly enough, like the little fracas back here in the alleyway has attracted no attention. You
I
can
was gonna
kind of
ask
see glimpses of the main thoroughfare through some buildings.
I mean, should we have killed them?
And
We can go back and kill them quick.
That's kind of what I was asking, but I didn't exactly want to suggest murdering people because, like,
No, yeah, that's true. All right.
I would hope that, like, they'll probably report back to whoever that, you know, we asked some questions, but I assume that they're going to find that out anyways because we murdered everyone else. So I don't know if there's any downsides or upsides to killing them versus leaving them alive.
well, there are already. It's up to you guys. I mean, there are already 3 dead.
Right. So
Just
I mean, I'm okay
depends-
with leaving him castrated with the other guy holding his balls in his mouth,
the
but
question is do we want them to talk or not talk? That's the thing.
And who would they talk to?
Yeah, they're gonna talk to.
all right, I
you
can
know-
go back and cut his tongue out too if you want.
Allegedly, the guy doesn't know who they were contacted by, so he might not even know who to talk to.
I say we kill the one that wanted to act like he was going to hurt
It's
us, and the
frothy.
wussy guy will leave alive.
The guy
So-
you castrated.
Yeah, let's go back and kill the castrated guy, but leave his balls in the other guy's mouth just to make sure that he finds a better vacation.
I'm a little
Who-
uncomfortable with that since he's at this point subdued and no longer a threat.
All right, I go up and slit his
Ex-
throat. We can go back now.
All right, so Lux just goes up and cuts the guy, and he starts bleeding out onto the cobblestone. Heidi just
We can leave the other
delivered-
guy alone, though. He was useful.
Heidi just delivered a small glass full of this white frothy beverage that she's been preparing for the last 5 minutes.
I apologize to Gareth for killing the guy, but it seemed like he'd be the type that would find us later.
He had no balls.
Guys,
Well, that was a warning for the other guy.
group, people,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
this beverage that she delivered is pretty damn tasty. It's
I'll
kind
take
of,
one.
it's a little citrusy,
Yep,
but it's like
got lemon in
it looks like frothed milk, but it has
I'd like
sort
your
of
froth milk in my mouth.
it's like a sorbet.
Yeah, that's basically the idea. It's a
What was it called?
wine, brandy. It's a syllabub. White wine, brandy, and lemon juice and lemon zest overnight, and then nutmeg, and you whip cream into it, and it thickens up.
Yeah, it's very tasty.
How do you spell that?
SYLL ABUB.
Yeah, just misspell syllabus. Start typing syllabus and misspell it, and it'll pop up.
There it is. That looks delicious.
Yeah, it's quite tasty. Very light. I mean, you wouldn't think some cream light.
Looks delicious. Okay.
All right, I gotta run upstairs real quick. I'll be right back.
What?
I hope Gareth isn't too offended that I killed the guy.
I think
you
Gareth would be actually be a little upset about that.
So you just, I mean, by castrating him or after that?
Well, no, I castrated him and left his balls in the other guy's mouth as a warning for that guy.
Oh.
And then I slit his throat because he was threatening us, and if he wakes up, I don't want him to come find us and hurt us.
And I think Gareth would be like, he was tied up, he was no longer a danger, like that was kind of murdery.
You know, I'd rather murder him than have him murder you.
Finny is rolling around in the back of her head. I see the necessity. Why?
I don't like many people, but I
rolling
don't like
around on dead things like dogs do.
Sorry.
Yeah, had he not woken up attempting to threaten us while he was
Right.
subdued,
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done it. But
I feel Lux is justified because of his attitude.
Necessary but unpleasant.
if he's going to tell me he wants to see my entrails when he's obviously subdued, he's dangerous when he's loose later.
Yep.
Or he's just a big talker.
Yeah.
Not
Just
anymore.
a mediocre
He
white
was.
man.
He was. Big talker.
Neither's his companion until he spits out what he's got.
I feel like he's going to get
Yeah,
a new job.
Yeah, that guy was hating. I think he was pretty sorry for his actions and his life choices already. So
Yep.
Agreed.
That's why he's not dead.
Okay. I might have to sleep on the couch or somewhere else tonight, it sounds like.
I would
We have some
definitely.
varying moralities.
I definitely would be more afraid if I were you.
Hey, I'm a true neutral, all right? You threaten the
Murdering
people
someone
that
who's tied up is not true neutral.
It is. He threatened the few people that I actually like. I'm not giving him a chance to come back and kill you in your sleep later. He makes poor life choices. This is what happens. I do not feel bad about this. Although I do apologize to you because I made you uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Aww. While we're waiting for the GM, what was your favorite part of today?
Like real life?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I got to see my pony, but I also got some stuff done in the garden. Jacob made delicious food twice.
Jacob, I envy your willing audience.
I'll be right back.
And then there were 3.
What did you do in the garden?
Just pulling weeds and starting to re-edge it. So pulling out the old stones, cutting back the grass so that it's a cleaner edge.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Bunches of
I'd
my
like
little babies came up today. I was very excited.
Yeah, my lilies are coming in nicely. Jacob, what is that? Is that Scottish broom that's out there?
Mm.
Ooh, I found a praying mantis egg sac.
Oh, really?
That's what I think it is. I'll send you a picture.
Wow.
I
That's
moved it
exciting.
because it was in an area that I needed to clear, but I moved it back into like the rose bushes so it'd be
Mhm.
safer.
Good idea.
So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Hopefully it'll hatch.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Jacob was awesome and mowed the lawn today.
Nice. Every time I mow the lawn, I think to myself, gosh, I wish I could just bring Freya here.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, to groom her today, since she hadn't been groomed in 4 days, I brought her down to that little strip in between the cross country field and Kirk's field and let her graze because it was just so much hair.
Oh my
And
god.
I had to sweep it up and try to find a place to throw it away since the bathroom was closed.
I did not know the bathroom was closed.
Yep.
I totally used it today.
Oh shoot.
The door was open.
Well,
At the
if
the
there's
barn?
no sign on it.
Yeah, I had to pee. I mean, I take the Clorox wipes and I wipe everything down after I touch it.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just closed to me.
No, no one was there, so.
Yeah.
All right, when you leave the alleyway, where are you heading? And are you going to do any sort of special arrangements with the bodies, or are you just going to leave them where they lay?
Apparently, someone's just gonna mutilate and kill them more.
Just one of them.
Okay.
You killed the other guys.
I didn't kill
the
anyone.
one that's still alive, I would like to just sort of tuck away so that any him and I am. So
Your
just
mic
kind
was
of tuck
shorting
him
out
away
there a
behind
little
the
bit.
dumpster, whatever the medieval version of a dumpster is.
Some
So
crates.
just pull them like back into a side
midden.
alley or something.
Yeah, yeah. And tie him and stick him in the midden. Heap.
So you do want to keep the
then-
one living one tied up?
Did you not hear what I just said?
Your
Untie
mic was
him.
shorting out a little bit.
Oh, am I?
The mic was a little bit, yeah, during the.
Oh,
I'm back.
okay.
Remember the
So
last?
we're
Remember when we played with the guys and your mic?
Yeah.
Like the longer you
Yeah.
talked, the more your mic would short out.
And that was with a different headset, so I guess
And a
it's
different-
just me.
And a different computer.
Yep.
Weird. Hasn't. It's only been doing that tonight. Normally, maybe it's because you're upstairs. I don't know, but it's been fine the last couple of games. But anyway, so you want to tuck the one living one sort of away behind something tied
and
up.
untie him. Untie.
Oh, and untie him. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Should
And
we
then the
leave
other
him like a
ones-
little note in blood or something? Make better choices?
I think he already wants to make better choices.
Yeah, he has
Okay.
testicles in his mouth. I think that's
yeah,
gonna.
I think
That's
at
your
that
note.
point-
Yeah,
Okay.
life's pretty low right now.
He's hit rock bottom, I think, tonight. And so, where are the rest of you going to head after this?
I think aren't I staying on the ship with Finn?
Yeah,
You-
it's a
you did
safe
the
place and
previous
it's easily
night, yeah.
defensible. So why don't we all just go back there to heal up?
Is there room for all of us there?
You're all welcome to come with me.
Gareth, you gonna join us?
I mean, I'd probably go back to my parents' house because that's where all my stuff is. And if I want my shield and all my other weaponry and all that, it would probably be in armor. It would probably be good to, have it.
I mean, we'd offer to go with you and then bring you back with us, but I know we're not exactly what your parents want to see.
I mean, we can do that too, but either way, I think I should definitely get, my equipment.
Well, it's up to you. We can go with you and just hang around the corner. I mean, that's totally fine. I need to stop at this just in to get my stuff too, and then I'll head to the boat.
Yeah, it's on the
I
way
I
to
think
the
we
boat.
should
so
stay
that'll be
together,
all right.
given
I
that.
think we should stay together though.
Yeah.
I think people are out for us.
Okay. What makes the most sense from where we are versus where we need to go?
Where's your
Stopping
parents'
at your house first because it says right there the manor.
Oh, thank you.
So we're already pretty close to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
The names were on top of it for me.
Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna swing by my parents' house and grab my stuff.
All right.
Okie-dokie.
And then you can go down to this just in
Mm-hmm.
All right.
to get Thoradin's stuff, and you do so with no additional issues.
And I tell my parents good night and that I love them.
Aw.
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 They say, "Who are you?"
And
I'm
then
just
Lux
kidding.
tries to kill them.
No, your parents were nearby. That's another reason I killed that bandit. He could have found them. He might have recognized you.
He might have.
And then
Yeah.
Lux
Lux is really
places-
confused as to why Gareth's so upset that this guy that tried to kill him is dead.
It's not. I don't think it's so much that. I think it's that he was helpless at that point.
Yeah, but she can't process that because if he was helpless, he wouldn't have been threatening people in her mind.
Threat
Like
is a
it.
threat.
Yeah.
It's a different character mindset, and that's okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I respect that. I'm just saying that's why my character is confused. She doesn't seem to
I'm
understand.
not
why.
arguing against you. I'm just saying that Gareth is just a little upset with that.
Oh, I know, and I'm just continuing the game. Is that Lux is a little confused?
Okay.
He's judging you silently. You all are familiar with Whitecap in the evening, so everything else looks pretty much like a normal midweek evening. You guys try to hide your various wounds and bruises as best as you can as you move through town, and Thoradin stops by
I got
the.
hit by an arrow or something, right?
You got shot by a crossbow, yeah, I believe at one point.
Crossbow bolt. Where did it hit me? In the shoulder?
Let's see.
Because
I think I have a table for that. Yep, I do. There you go. Torso, left shoulder.
Okay, I need to pull that sucker out. Kind of hard to disguise.
I can pull it out for you.
Okay.
Am I strong enough to do that?
No, the problem is you can't reach it.
That's true.
Get on my shoulders. Here, get on my shoulders.
I stand. I stand on Thoradin's shoulders, and by our powers combined, we're almost as tall as Finn.
Form of totem pole.
And then you make your way down to the dock.
Let's go get on the Tunbois.
Where you get on board the ship. How is your captain with this bringing of guests on board every night, the last couple of nights?
They certainly were fine with Lux. Although they were a little concerned about the amount that she drank, but they're glad to see me. It's like a welcome home party, so of course they expect me to bring my friends home.
I think they were mostly worried about her health more than anything.
Basically college.
And I was fine.
Yep.
They
impressed.
They assumed you were like a 12-year-old girl and just
Right.
boozing it up. They didn't know you were a Kyle.
Yeah. Kron is pretty concerned about our injuries, though. Like to see to us, make sure we're okay. So between him as a druid and, I guess he is the ship doctor, so he patches us up as best as he can.
Okay. And everyone's sleeping on board.
Yep, on deck.
Yeah.
The best place to sleep.
Sure.
I hope Gareth doesn't mind roughing it.
I'm
Get
fine
it?
with that.
Roughing it.
Oh, I see
Gareth is
what you
like,
did there.
what kind of row would it be to see if Gareth gets that?
It'd be
that
a
would
intelligence.
wisdom. It'd be a wisdom
Oh,
check.
wisdom, yes. No.
He didn't get
Probably
it.
not.
No.
Gareth just kind of stares at you like, huh, okay.
Roughing it, yeah. We'll do that.
We'll rough that
Yeah,
up.
yeah, you're right. The water is a little rough tonight.
So you're able to spend an eventless night on board the vessel. Go ahead and do a long rest in D&D Beyond to update your hit points and your skills and everything.
Isn't that nice?
Yay, I did it.
You did it.
I feel better.
Gareth
got my
says
slots
still not
back.
propagated into Roll20 yet, but everyone else has.
Why not?
I don't know.
He doesn't sleep as well with me on board.
Apparently
it's in D&D
not.
Beyond.
He doesn't like to rough it.
That's weird.
Let me throw a different copy of your character on the on the
Okay.
field.
Nope.
Still 19 of 20. And all of your, go ahead and, I know it's been connected because you've been making rolls through D&D Beyond.
Yeah, my D&D Beyond says 20 out of 20.
I just went ahead and did it manually.
All right. I feel better.
You sound like Teddy. If he's been ill, the next day or the next hours, whenever he does, he'll say, "Mama, I feel better."
Mm-hmm.
It's very cute.
Mm-hmm. We need to get a picture of this vessel that you're serving on, Finney, so at some point, next time you're cruising around on your phone, if you want to search different medieval longships.
Okay.
Huh. I was supposed to add twice my proficiency bonus to history checks.
Really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
Artificer's lore.
Neat.
Have you
It's a
done any
racial
history
trait.
checks?
I did when we were in the caverns.
That was probably before we haven't had them linked to your character sheet in D&D Beyond, so, because it probably, I would assume it does it automatically.
Yeah.
I don't know. You could roll a history check now to see if it does it.
That's true.
I think it has to be against magic items, alchemical items, or technological devices.
Like if you find a computer, you got to figure out how to use it.
You got to hack it.
All right,
That's
so we're
useful in Shadowrun.
all healthy and such.
Hack the planet. So the next day, you get up and you're just going to have breakfast on the ship, or are you going to go out and try to go to a place to eat, or how do you want to handle that?
What's available on ship? Like, do they only have like Cap'n Crunch, or do they have like
Pretty much.
No, I want eggs and bacon and ale.
I want some avocado toast.
Oh my god.
You would.
You're going to have to go deep into town for that.
I was gonna say.
Shall we go eat it this just in?
Yeah, I think that's a great. We'll get some morning biscuits and tepid stew. It'd be great.
Yeah, they don't have avocado toast specifically, but they do have gruel that's been sitting out long enough to turn green. If that's it's close enough.
Slice
yeah.
that up and toast it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to kind of look around and see if I see anybody that looks like they're part of the Weavers Guild. Anyone with like needle tattoos or like anything like that.
No, not in this just in, but to advance the storyline a little bit, I was going to say that you kind of spend a good portion of the afternoon sort of questioning and going around to different places and asking people about this particular thing, and you eventually find out during the course of your investigations during the day that the trail sort of leads to this place in Little Wum, which is the district up here, and specifically a tavern called the Careless Bird. And apparently this particular guild likes to hang out there a bit, and you might be able to get some information there.
Okay.
So we will advance.
Is that something we want to do?
That sounds good to me.
Well, I want to
Yeah,
offer up.
you got it.
I have 4 of these scimitars, other than what I'm going to go ahead and keep. But I've got 4 more. Does anybody want one, or can we stop along the way and sell them if nobody wants them?
I have no
maybe
need
cash them
for
in
one.
for a heal potion.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be nice if we could trade for that. That'd be great.
I don't
Would it be
think the
worth-
sanctuary would accept weapons as a trade.
We could
But
probably.
you could sell them for the equivalent amount of gold, and then use the gold to purchase a potion of healing.
No, would it be worth keeping one of the scimitars just so we can like find whoever hired them and like drop it down in front of them and say something badass like "You forgot this," although something that's actually badass and not what I said.
I like the drama. That's
You could do-
fine. I know I
that
want
could
to
be a good intimidation technique.
All right, so let's sell 3 of them. Is that enough then for the potion of healing? What are they worth?
Who's doing the talking at the
Um,
blacksmith?
It should probably not be me. I have no charisma.
Let's see. My charisma's not good, but I am a blacksmith,
Yeah, my
and so I know what I'm
charisma is
talking about,
Very not good.
and my perception
talk
is
the talk.
good. Would
How is
perception
you-
help me here?
How is your persuasion?
My persuasion is I get +2 or +1.
All right, you could try a persuasion.
What about Gareth? He's all noble and shit.
My persuasion is +4,
Oh,
I
let's
think-
give them to
Hell
you.
yes, he's got the good.
but I don't know if any of Thorin's skills with being a blacksmith would be more of a.
Well, I can stand there and make sure they don't snooker you, but you can do the talking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Right,
think that's
that
good.
sounds
And
like
I'll
a
wait
good
outside
arrangement.
with Finny.
I'll just be your subject expert.
Okay. So should I do a persuasion roll?
Sure.
Nice. Oh,
Oh,
Not so much.
I thought that was going to be an 18.
all right,
Oh, come on, man, come on.
So
All right.
the highest they're willing to go is 8 gold for each of
Ugh.
them.
Let's
They're
try Bear
just
Daddies.
they're just not in good quality. There's blood all over the hilt of this one. I just don't. It's going to be hard
It's
to
all
resell
nicked
this.
up.
So
Yeah.
So what's that? 24 gold out of this, out of the 3. What did you guys pay for the healing last time?
I shake my fist through the window.
Your tiny, tiny fist.
ineffectually, they weren't even looking your
Ineffectually.
direction. They didn't even see
Yeah.
it.
What did
So
you
what
guys
did?
pay?
Yeah, I was trying to remember.
time?
What did you guys pay for? I know you
Aren't
talked
they
them
normally
down a
like
bit.
50 or something?
Yeah, it was like 50 gold.
Yeah,
Oh, did you not? You weren't able to talk them down at all.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so.
Persuasion's not our thing.
I was gonna say,
Oh.
we pay high and sell low.
Well, you could
I
just
mean,
pocket
we're
pocket
selling
the
3 of them
24.
tell them we'll go 10.
Yeah, why not negotiate? That makes
You've
sense.
already negotiated. This was the roll was part of the
That was
negotiation.
negotiation.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was the negotiation. of
That's where you ended up.
I mean, we don't need them, so that sucks. But
Right.
All right. So, all right. So I'll take the 3 of them out of my inventory and I'll just add 24 gold, right? And then we'll go shopping for a potion.
Sounds good.
Good.
Sounds good.
Alex,
Agreed.
if I unplug this, will it die immediately?
If you unplug the power,
Yeah.
no, it won't die immediately. It's been plugged in.
Okay. Yeah. I think I'm gonna bring it downstairs so Johnny can come up and use his room, maybe go to sleep
Okay.
since they're not playing. Okay.
So brief moment as Heidi
No, you don't
switches
have to stop,
position.
'cause- You don't have to stop because I can hear you the whole time.
No, we're stopping.
No, don't stop.
Yeah.
all right, so we go back to
closing the
the
game
inn,
down.
and do we see anybody with a tattoo? Damn
you
it!
see
I should
anyone-
have kept one of those balls to put at the tip of the scimitar.
Oh my.
You're a bloodthirsty halfling.
I am not bloodthirsty, and I am not a halfling.
And she is not.
I thought you were a halfling. Are you an elf?
No.
No, she's a gnome.
Oh, that's right. You're a gnome. You're a Ratara.
We're gnome and knoll. It's just like Key and Peele.
That's
you know.
right.
It's furrier.
She's angry and bitter about her ancestors living on everybody's lawn.
You're an angry gnome.
I'm not at all, actually. I'm pretty proud of that. We had fancy hats.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody worships you,
my
huh?
grandfather pissed on all your bushes. His name was David.
I'm coming downstairs so you can use your room.
David the gnome?
I don't
Yeah.
mind it all. You can have it. You can go upstairs and have some bread if you want.
I used to love that cartoon.
I love you a lot.
I love you a lot too.
I love you a lot.
Reading a book. Melissa says she loves you a lot too. Can you switch to reading when you get up to your room after you brush your teeth? After you eat your bread?
Good night.
Maybe after a few hours.
No, it's quite late.
Good night, Johnny. You're the
Good night,
awesomest.
Johnny.
Good night, Johnny.
Everyone's saying good night, Johnny, to you.
I'm not saying goodnight.
A little bit more.
Eat some bread, brush your teeth, and then you can read. Okay?
Not the ciabatta. Eat different bread.
Yes, you can eat the
Not that bread.
You can, just don't play any more games, okay? Thank you, sweetheart. All right.
That is special bread.
No, there's a boatload of it.
Are we facing a giant dice monster?
I think
giant
that's what it
dice
looks like.
monster.
There's, like shadowy craziness going on over here.
So you approach the front of the Careless Bird. It is
The Careless Whisper? What?
Careless Bird. I clearly said bird. There's a sort of a crude etching of a pelican tripping over a fish on the signpost out front of the door. It's not a huge place. It's only single story. It's not an inn. It's just strictly drinks and maybe food, whatever they happen to have on hand.
Ciabatta.
And the front door opens to basically just dirt, where people bring up their horses and whatnot. But beyond that, you're on the far side of like the southwestern part of town. So outside of this is just farm field to further southwest, just fields as far as you can see.
That's pretty.
And
I'm sorry, what's the name of this place again?
the Careless Bird.
All right, thanks.
What was the name, Alex?
The Careless Bird. Jacob?
That's my
The
name.
Careless Bird.
The cardless word. Got it.
Exactly.
The bread is great.
Oh, you like it?
So you go ahead and move through the
It looks like
doors
a-
which are there. The other ones are windows.
It's like
That's a
color.
window. That's a window.
Awesome. Can you bring Lily a chunk?
But the
Oh, yeah.
doors are there in the middle.
That's a door.
That's a
Yeah.
door? The big
Those
black
are double
thing?
doors.
Oh, it looks a lot taller than one story from where we were standing.
Oh,
You
that's
probably
cool.
can't move
Oh,
through that because there's a block. So let me go ahead and open a door for you. Squeak.
These windows?
Doors open.
Whee! Whee! Actually, the door is not open, if that's the red thing. Is it the red thing? No, that's a person's name. Or stats. It looks like there's lots of doors here.
I moved the doors out of the way. You should
Oh,
be able to
it
see
just-
everything.
Oh,
It just,
now
it's
it did.
just there. It just now
Yeah.
popped in.
So this is the Careless Bird. Only a
Careless
few
Bird.
people inside. 5 people total, other than yourselves. There's a pair of gentlemen on the far side, sort of next to the stage, they're kind of having a little arm wrestling competition with a third guy, sort of moderating. And then up at the bar, there's the bartender and a guy sitting at the bar having a beverage.
All right.
Do we notice anyone having any kind of tattoo?
Make a perception check.
Or the special clothing.
That's me.
18.
Nine. With my +5, I got a 9.
2. I am barely aware I'm in a bar.
He's still thinking about the testicle calling.
Yep.
Oh, dang
Yeah,
it.
it's
Rough.
really
She
it's
said
it's
rough. What did she mean?
I just sent you a private whisper, Lux.
I tell the group that I don't see any tattoos anywhere.
I
Should
shouldn't
we-
say
That's
anything
pretty-
about looking under my fur and waggle my eye, right?
The guy at the
I-
bar sort of looks your direction, kind of gives you a little half nod of acknowledgement, and then goes back to cleaning whatever glass he's cleaning or moving a keg over or whatever he's doing back there. Just normal bartending stuff.
I
Should
think
we-
the polite thing to do would be to order a drink, because that's always the best way to be on an
Yeah.
establishment, right?
I would agree with that.
So
I agree.
hop up on a bar stool here.
All right. So Finney moves over and easily. It's a little short for you,
Yeah.
but you
I
sort
hunker
of
down on a stool.
you kind of
and
tuck your
I-
tail in. When you sit, does your tail go straight up? Do you tuck it to the side, or does it go between your
depends on the
legs?
situation. It usually kind of
only when
comes
she's happy.
I sit at the bar next to Gareth. He looks
leans
uncomfortable.
left. Yeah, I surreptitiously help Lux up onto the stool.
Bartender walks over and says, "Hey, welcome to the
Hey.
Careless Bird. What can I get for you?"
Do you carry gin?
No.
How about a nice frothy ale?
Do you have
I
a
could do that for
syllabub?
you.
Yes, syllable all around, please.
God bless you, and no.
He's like, takes way too long to make it. Forget it.
Right? Too much whisking.
Yeah, that's
Kinds
like
of ale,
5.
please.
That's 5 minutes of frothing. I can't afford that kind of time.
I'll take a nice ale.
All right, so he gets 4 mugs out. These
Same.
wooden mugs, and sort of sets them on the table, on the bar, and then actually he takes them over to one of the barrels in the back of the bar and kind of fills them all up and brings it back over to you and sets them down.
So can Finn purse her lips like a
Can Finn
What?
purse her lips
so
like a
she can
what?
drink? Like a cartoon dog, so that she can drink
Sure.
out of a cup? Okay.
There's enough non-dog in you to, yes, you can create a vacuum with your lips and actually drink from a cup, yes.
Open your
Alright.
mouth and down the hatch.
Yeah, just open it. And
Like
pour
a
it
shot
down
glass,
straight.
but in a mug size.
Should we
It is basically a shot glass.
should we perhaps do we notice anything about the guy at the end of the bar? Does he look drunk, sober, friendly?
He looks like, and most of you have been in a number of bars before, so he looks just like a regular bar goer that you would see in a place like this. Probably lives next door, is probably in here every day. He probably sits
That's
at
useful.
that exact same bar stool.
Is he worried that
So
4 strangers just came in and populated the whole bar?
Yeah, how is he looking at us?
no, he's not. He doesn't seem particularly uptight. He's just paying attention to his drink, and
I
he and the
asked if he comes here
bartender are
often.
chit-chatting. And he shrugs. Yeah, pretty much every day.
Seems like a fine establishment.
No, it's a shithole. But
The
you know,
ale's good and bitter though.
the ale is decent. I like the people who work here. You know, we get some some interesting people in here from time to time, but you know, it's all right.
Do tell.
I like it.
Decent
What's your-
crowd then?
No, that's why I like it. There's not much of a crowd here often. This is pretty
Anything
much a
strange as of late?
anything
the gossip?
strange.
Yeah.
You, for you in here is kind of strange, but other than that, there's not too much happening. I mean, we get no offense, we get gnolls in here from time to time, but usually they stick closer to port because they're just coming off ship, getting a drink, and going right back on board again. So this, deep into town, there's usually a special occasion for something like that. But me
It's my
myself,
birthday.
I
Raise
like
my
seeing you
glass
in here.
like I'm toasting him.
Oh yeah,
It's
he
my
raises
birthday.
his.
That's why she's in town.
Hey, happy birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you.
Oh, in
It's
fact,
as if you
you know
heard a
what?
guy at a
You know
bar
what?
top.
You know what? I'm gonna buy you a birthday drink.
Why, thank
So,
you.
what's your name? Your name is already Yanis. Yanis, set her up. Set her up with a drink. Now
I chug the one in my hand and pick up the next ale.
right, Tara, your kind. We don't see much of you in here, so this is very interesting. I like it. I
We
like
get
it.
around.
Yeah, I like it. We need to have more, more togetherness, more people coming together, having a drink
He's cracking.
together.
I
like it.
think we should get this guy real drunk.
Yes.
Oh,
I
you
think
think
he already
he's
is.
yeah, he pretty much like he's at 80% at average level. That's normal for him.
Being a Ratara, it's sometimes really difficult to get some good fitting clothes. I'm always looking for a someone that can make me some custom clothes. Do you know any places where I could find someone that could do that?
He kind of looks down at his own collection of sort of threadbare medieval wear, just a tunic and the trousers and some.
I don't need anything fancy. I just want something that fits.
Well, what I was gonna say was, do I look like a person who keeps tabs on the latest fashion and where to buy clothes?
Oh, I'm not looking for fashion. You look comfortable.
Sleep with Ted.
I
like
have
that.
had
If you
this
wanted to, if you
shirt
felt extra
for
snuggly,
8
you don't have to.
years. The last
Nice.
8 years, same shirt. 8
I
years.
got this at Goodwill. It has pockets.
Pockets are
Nice.
important. Pockets are important. I will drink to pockets. He raises his mug to pockets, and then
To pockets.
drinks
I
back.
drink to pockets.
Garrett,
Yeah,
you have
who's
all the
winning in this arm
charisma here.
wrestling over-
Talk him up.
You know these guys?
Who, the guys arm wrestling back there?
Yeah, yeah. Who usually wins?
I don't know them. I mean, they've been in here before. I don't know who they are, though.
I thought there were
Do
only
we have
two,
his
but there's
name?
3 of them.
Who's this guy that you're talking to?
Yeah.
I was afraid you were going to ask that. His name is...
George.
I should have already had this pulled up. No, I'm not going to name anyone in my campaign world George. Maybe
George is
Barry. I would go Barry, but I would not go
Barry's
George.
a great name for a drunk guy in a bar.
Barry. I'm just going to name him Barry. His name is Barry.
Yep. But it's funny because it's Berry.
With an apostrophe, like a weird, like umlaut, like over one of the letters. So how old are you turning this year? Since it's your birthday and all.
Sorry, I don't know how old I am. I'm looking. My character sheet.
I'm the same way.
I will be 42 this year.
Hey, 42. I remember when I turned 42. That was a horrible year for me. But, hopefully your year will be better.
I'm still pretty young and spry.
You are. I would say that. Hello. Will you... Is this...
I weigh 69 pounds.
Hold on. Johnny just came into the office and he delivered a slice of ciabatta. So Johnny cut and delivered ciabatta to every awake member of the household.
Because he's awesome.
He is awesome.
I am applauding Johnny and his
Tell him
efforts
we all
right now.
applaud him too.
How far is his delivery
some
radius?
I would say no more than about 40 feet or so. I think.
So you said like 10 miles?
But if you drive by, he can throw some in your car. It was pretty good aim.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
Oh,
the
hell.
the texture is good. It's got the crusty.
Yeah, all that kneading was totally worth it. This is like, it looks like something you get at Dorothy Lane.
Yeah.
Cloudy
Yeah.
on the inside, crusty on the outside.
Flavor's good.
Good tooth.
Fresh
All right.
homemade ciabatta. Right there.
Tomorrow we
Nice.
can slice it up and make sandwiches or pizza, whatever.
Yeah, this is good. Sorry,
So
I'm
I asked-
chewing in your faces.
So I asked Barry if those guys let outsiders challenge them to arm wrestling.
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, I guess it wouldn't kill to ask. I've seen him arm wrestle others from time to time. Sure.
All right, I'm gonna meander my way over there.
Meander, swagger, whatever.
Yeah, and wait for them to invite me into the conversation.
At a certain point, the activity just sort of stops, and the one that's standing up sort of turns to the side and looks, and the other two that are seated just sort of slowly turn and look at you, and they wait for you to speak.
And I say, "Hello, gents. I see you're challenging others to arm wrestling. I would welcome an opportunity to vest your winner."
Yeah. Aren't there any holes you should be digging?
Oh, hell.
I take a half step toward them. What'd you say?
My ears are pricked towards them now.
I
Excuse
said,
me?
aren't there any holes you should be digging, dwarf?
Not unless you plan on me putting you in it.
Oh.
Nice.
Nice
Bunny comes
comeback.
over here to enjoy her ale and watch the show.
Gareth like spins to like look at the conversation now.
I'm going to give you an
Yeah, I'm
inspiration
gonna shift to
card
my
for that
seat, too.
comeback. Just for
Yeah,
that
I like it.
comeback,
That was a good
you
one.
get an
That was
inspiration
pretty
card.
good.
Let me find your name here in this list. There you are. Deal. All right, you got a third inspiration card now.
Sweet.
Hopefully it was a good one. What was it?
You gain advantage on a dexterity-based roll.
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
All right. Good to know.
They just sort of, one seems semi-impressed with your comeback. The other one is just sort of just kind of huffing and and he's like, "All right, I'll take you on. You wanna wrestle?"
I wasn't looking for trouble, but I certainly wasn't looking for smart mouthing. But
Yeah,
I'll throw my arm down.
Now we got a bid on this table. You think you can afford it?
What you got?
We got 5 silver on the table.
Oh yeah, we can afford that.
Yep.
All
Look
right.
like you can't though. Him and Haw a little bit.
Can I make a perception roll of like what size these guys up, or the guy I'm going to go?
Sure.
All right. We just want.
Yeah,
Get a feel
perception's
for
good. That's persuasion.
Oh, it's persuasion. Yeah. Perception. Oh, even better.
Nice.
Holy crap.
Okay.
Yeah, I can tell what underwear he's wearing.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a
so the-
boxer's guy. You're a boxer's guy.
He's Jewish. You can tell. He's the one that was just speaking is definitely the larger of the two. Slightly skinnier left hand, slightly more robust right hand. Definitely a guy. I mean, he's got those hands and fingers that just look well worked. Like
Definitely
this
a
is
guy.
Definitely a guy, huh? Okay.
definitely a guy who he has
Okay.
he's well worked. I mean, his hands.
Gotcha.
He's a working man. He
Gotcha.
he.
Well, I mean, like, I'm a strength of 18, so I'm trying. Like, I know what I'm capable of, so I'm trying to figure out, like, do I feel like I can totally take this guy, or it's going to be a challenge, or I'm in over my head.
You don't feel like you're in over your head.
Okay. Then yeah. All right. So I say 5 silver, huh?
Yeah.
Let's do
All
it.
right. Yeah, you got it. You good for it?
I'm good. Let's do it.
Why can't I move that damn token? Trying to move the other one out of the seat so you can move in, but I don't know what layer it's on. Let's see.
Let me move into like here. Sort of, kind of.
Yeah, but now you're giving him a lap dance, and I was trying to avoid that.
Yeah. Well, I cannot. It
Come over to the other table.
snaps me in.
I come over to see what's going on.
I thought he was on the maps table, or the maps layer, but I am not able to select him. So let's just pretend the one guy, sort of this guy right here, right here, right. Oh my God, it's not even letting me click. All right, I'm refreshing the page.
Walked into a pillar.
Right
Jeez.
here.
I'm just gonna sit on this little chair here.
I'm reloading the page. It was
No,
being
no.
naughty. Honey, this bread is divine.
I'm so glad you like it.
Are you going to leave some on Pie's trunk for me?
I might do that.
Yay.
You might have to make this again for my birthday.
Okay.
You made it too well.
Yep. Well, now that I know what to expect.
You can carve out 3 days to do it.
Your birthday's in like 2 weeks, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's coming up.
Start now.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I can select him now. Good. Okay, so that guy moves out of the way. So you can take a seat.
Ah, excellent.
And guy puts his elbow on the table, puts his hand up,
Okay.
lets you take a hold of it. And we'll do we'll just do an
Strength roll.
opposed strength check. Yeah. You didn't do well.
I did not do well. Hold on.
Wow.
Let's see what he
Hold
got.
on. I'm looking. I'm trying to be inspired, maybe.
Can I use my inspiration of supporter to do a +2 to any player character for ability or combat roll?
Next match you can, definitely. But this particular one, this first one, it's a close fight. Very close. Like at one point you have his hand almost down, but then he sort of rallies and comes back, and he's able to just finally get your knuckles, boosh, onto the table. And first round,
Through one,
Thoradin
so you do a
loses.
3-4, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Go double or nothing.
Yep.
Right, so he collects your 5 silver off the table.
All right.
You ready for you want to go for round 2?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'm going to throw down my supporter card and I'm going to say go over the top. I don't know how to actually throw the card down or if you have to...
You just drag it onto the desktop, so you're using an inspiration
okay,
card.
there it goes.
Oh,
It
look at
wouldn't let
that.
me do it when I had it in big end.
Okay.
Hey, Grant.
So grant +2 to another player
Nice.
character for any ability or combat roll.
That's really nice.
That's slick. All right.
It's like the ultimate ally card.
So Gareth is there, like in the background, like giving you thumbs up, like you can do it. Whoa.
So that's the...
No, wait, that was a saving throw. Why are you rolling saving throws?
What did I hit? I thought I hit a strength save. I thought I just rolled a strength, right?
You rolled a 17, so that was pretty good. That was a strength save. I think, I don't know if you can roll just ordinary. I think that's the only thing you can roll. So I think you're good.
Okay.
God, that bread is good. Sorry. Like, seriously, that bread's really good. All right, let's see what he rolls. Not nearly good enough. So the second time, you kind of bring it in, and not as close as the first match at all. You guys kind of go push back and forth for a little bit, but then he starts getting weak, and then you bring him down and kaboosh on the tabletop, and he loses, and you get 10 silver.
I mean, I think
5
at
back
20,
plus another 5.
Yeah.
I think at 25 against 13, he's gonna like basically break that guy's hand.
That's a 23.
Oof.
Plus
Plus
the
2.
Plus
support.
his 2 for his support.
Oh, that's true. Do you
That's
want
a
to?
25 versus 13. That ain't even close.
You're not wrong. So do you want to go like whole hog, or are you gonna just do enough just to win?
Oh, I don't. No, I don't mind cracking his knuckle on the table.
All
I
right.
won't be
So
digging with that hand.
he holds for a second, and then you just sort of slam it down, rattles the tabletop. A candlestick kind of knocks over to the side.
Bar catches
And he-
on fire, we all die.
He pulls back, sort of shakes his knuckles like, "Oh, all right,
Did I get you
Alright.
that time?
yeah, a little bit, Best, kind of blows on his knuckles. Best 2 out of 3.
It's a deal. So I put my 5 gold back on.
Silver.
I mean 5 silver. Thank you.
This time, let's go for real money." And he puts a gold piece on the table.
Does that inspiration continue?
No, that was just for the one.
Does the guy have any sort of disadvantage from being hit so hard last time?
No,
Okay.
no. It's all part of the game.
All right. All right.
I mean, we do have that sweet, sweet scimitar money.
That's
Why did
true.
my tavern music stop?
There you go.
I think we could certainly afford a gold piece.
Okay.
All right. I guess we're eventually trying to get information out of this guy,
Yeah.
or are we just
Yeah.
side questing?
No, I'm trying to gain his a little bit gaining his respect. So
Got it.
Besting him. I'm thinking we'll do that.
That, and he just felt like arm wrestling.
All right, we ready to go again?
Yep.
Okay.
Come on, Aaron. Oh.
It's pretty good.
Is that an 11 or a 13? I can't
That's
tell
a
on my
17.
17.
What?
He has plus
Oh,
6.
down there. Oh, I see. Sorry. I was
It's
looking
an
back.
the roll was an 11, and he got a plus 6.
Yeah. 11.
11D. Oh
Nice.
my God!
Ooh.
So you bust his hand down so hard that the corner of the table actually breaks off, and it's like in slow motion, where you just bring it down and wood just splinters out and flies across the room, and he kind of leans back in his chair and just falls over.
I
After
think
you
you
let
should
go of
offer to
his
buy him a
hand.
drink.
And
Yeah, I think that's a
get-
good idea.
I give him an arm up, and then I turned to the bartender and said, "Get this guy a drink." But I grabbed my gold piece.
Yeah, spend the silver on the beer.
Yeah.
he shakes his head and says, "Ooh, I knew you lot were strong, but holy cow."
Yeah. That happens from all the digging.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let me tell you something. My dad was a digger. I know how it is.
So
I
what's
know how
going
it
on in these
is.
parts? So what's going on around here?
Arm wrestling. That's today. That's pretty much it.
Any
Do you
happenings
do
in
you
this
give?
town?
So his buddy is like sort of standing behind. Why isn't he not lining up with the? Oh, because he's smaller. That's why. His buddy just sort of standing behind the table. He pulls up a chair from that nearby table and sort of sits down. The guys at the bar that were sort of watching the festivities over at the arm wrestling table sort of turn back to their business. Barry and the bartender. What did I say his name was? Yaris?
Yeah.
Yanni.
Giannis.
Yanni. Hey, how much is an ale so I can take that out of my bill, out of my money?
An ale here, you're looking at like 6 copper. It's
Alright.
not much.
All right.
So you sit and chat with these guys for a while.
Okay.
Whoever has the highest persuasion in the group, go ahead and make a roll for me.
I don't think it's.
That would be Gareth.
Yeah, definitely Gareth.
So I was taking up my copper for the ale. So what am I doing? Persuasion?
Yeah.
What am I persuading?
Oh man.
Damn it.
Nobody.
Nice. and you know, whoever else is doing an amount of talking can also roll persuasion check.
Ooh,
Wow.
Yeah, that's about standard.
Lux gets
I
kicked
burped
out.
very loudly.
Lux gets kicked out of the establishment.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
All right, Finny, you
Finny,
see
wanna get
that
in on this?
everyone
Yeah,
else
Not really, but
is doing really poorly.
I did not
Suddenly,
think that'd be any help, but you never know.
Does
Nat
anybody have
20.
any inspiration cards? That...
Yeah!
Look at that. And I have 0 plus 0, so.
Who let the dogs out? All right.
I have +0 as well, don't feel bad.
They're dog people. What can I say?
so you find out through talking with Barry at the bar and the arm wrestling guy, that
I'll go back over there then.
that the needle mark is a common mark of the Tullamore Weaver Guild. They use, and Gareth probably is familiar with this, the Tullamore, the main sort of their storefront is they have a Medusa head sort of logo that they use on their signage with a pair of large fangs, but as far as like clothing and stuff goes, they often wear like these needle pendants to sort of signify that they're in the guild. Not only is it a sort of the mark of the Tullamores, it's also the mark of what's called the Point House Thieves Guild, which I would think that Lux or Thoradin would be more familiar with as far as Thieves Guild in town. The Point House, they operate out of Little Wum, which is the district that you're in right now, and the arm wrestling guy tells you about this weekly fight club that the Point House runs out of a warehouse down towards the docks in Southport, and they just sort of just have these like open brawl matches where members of the Thieves Guild just sort of get together and just beat the crap out of each other, and their next fight club is supposed to be the evening of today, like tonight is going to be the next one, and he gives you like sort of directions of where the warehouse is and how to get there and everything. It's not really his thing. He's not really into the whole punching thing. He likes arm wrestling, but that's about it. So yeah, that's the information that you find out from these guys. And I have to take a bio break. Does anyone else need to use the bathroom or anything?
I'll take a wine break.
Well, okay, take a wine break.
Yeah, I need a alcohol.
Okay.
Will you
So
bring
take-
me one alcohol from upstairs?
So like take 5 or so, and then we'll be right,
Take
be
5.
right back.
Sounds good.
All right.
Sounds good.
You like it? I'm so glad. It's pretty. It's got some good body, hasn't it? So glad you like it.
I thought you were wearing the headset for a second.
Oh.
What do you need from us?
I don't know. Probably a no caffeine one that isn't open yet. It's over by the cafe with some Jamesons in it.
Did you already drink the other one?
Other one what?
I bought 2.
No. I got cans,
Oh, okay.
so we can keep the bottles for emergency.
Okay.
Oh, but I could have one of those because they're cold. That'd be, yeah. They're wedged in the bottom of the fridge, I think, way in the back of the bottom shelf.
So like a cup with some Jameson.
No, the whole thing. Huh?
The ratio of Coke to Jameson's is
Small is good. Honey, I don't drink
just
the
kidding.
drinks like
I'm kidding.
you.
I'm kidding.
Hey Magnus, you're being a good boy. You're helping your mom. You're a good boy.
Thanks, Kat.
special kind of yeast you have to use for the ciabatta bread, or is it
No, honey.
just regular?
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm back.
So I put a picture over in our Discord chat of a mask that
Oh, look at
Heather
that.
ordered from.
Oh
for
my
us.
gosh, that is so cute.
It's the baby Yoda.
That is so cute.
That's cute.
A friend made us some, and mine is Minecraft, which is okay, I guess.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fun.
I'm not
Yeah.
sure why she chose the Minecraft one for you, but
I don't know if she knew it was Minecraft, since she doesn't have a kid that does that. She just saw hearts and swords and thought that would be nice.
her husband plays video games though.
I mean, yeah, but does he play Minecraft?
I do not know that.
Because I honestly wouldn't have thought it was Minecraft. One of you pointed it out.
That's because you got with a geek guy. I had to explain the difference between nerd and geek to Johnny about a month ago. And where I would, what if I would say he was more of a nerd or more of a geek.
Gotcha. Yeah, I had a coworker that I had to explain that to. He kept calling me. He kept calling me a nerd, and I'm like, listen, I'm a geek. I'm not a nerd. He's like, what's it? There's no difference. I'm like, oh, there's a difference.
There is a
I
difference.
share that meme every year.
Yep.
The geek nerd dork.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things to share.
That's a good one.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oh, you have.
I have.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't know me.
I mean, you see my stuff, I think.
Did you wake me up? Did you rub my lamp?
So, I don't think that I'd be very useful in this fighting ring.
I have the reach, but I'm not much. Everyone looks at Thorin.
Just because they have a fight club doesn't mean you have to fight in it.
I know. I was wondering. I'm like, I mean, we could do this. We could try this. I'm actually pretty good with my fists and got lots of health, but
It might
you
just
want
be
to do
for
this?
it might just be for members of the Thieves Guild.
It could be. I
I
think if we
mean-
crash their party, they might be upset with that too. And then we,
Maybe as long as we bet and lose, they'll be happy.
but it might be if we can get in and they would accept that. Maybe it would be a good. It could be a socializing opportunity.
Yeah.
That or they'll have it out for us already. We were on the hit list.
That's
Yeah, I would-
true.
I wouldn't bring anything value to the party other than, because they'll pickpocket you very quickly.
All right, so you guys spend, a couple of hours here at the Careless Bird, hanging out, getting to know the people, getting this information and everything.
There's do we learn anything about the princess or the scuttlebutt in town or anybody that was jumped down the road maybe?
Nothing that you didn't already know. I mean, there's a split in the population as to whether the return of the influence of the crown is a good thing or a bad thing. Some people like sort of the resurgence. Most people like the resurgence of the town and the rebuilding of the market and of trade. but some people are really kind of resentful of the fact that the crown left when things got bad, and now that things are getting good again, they suddenly come back to take all the credit, and they're a little resentful of that. So it's a mixture of opinions when it comes to that sort of thing. You know, there's additional support since the crown is coming back that brings in additional military support from Terrigear and from the additional troops that are brought over from Delafran to help back them up. And so that's a good thing, but at the same time, they weren't here when they were really needed. So, you know, big deal.
A little bit of resentment going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Gareth have an opinion on this as he comes from a noble?
Monetarily, the Legant trade has definitely benefited from the increase in the boost to Whitecap as people are starting to return and trade is starting to return. The family is definitely seeing a benefit, and the company, you know, the lumber trade.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they're seeing the money.
But at what cost?
I mean, it's money. It's free.
Money is free. I tell that to all the people that I rob. Like, this is free
Yeah.
money. Just give it to me. And they're like, nah, don't steal my money. Whatever. All right, so what would you like to do after you sort of get the sense that, you know, things, you've sort of learned what you can at the Careless Bird, and conversations have wind down? What would you like to do now? Do you want to go take a look at this warehouse? Is there anything you need to do beforehand?
I think we should check in on this whole potion of healing thing.
Yeah, that seems to be something we keep.
Wishing we had.
like going to buy a third.
Is there? We could go see if there's any kind of work I could do for them to earn us a third.
It's only been a day since you were there. You doubt that there's anything has changed in the last 24 hours, though it's possible.
Because I don't feel like I mean, we have the 24, 25 gold now.
Yay!
They're 50 gold apiece, though, aren't they?
Correct. Yeah, the potions of healing are
Or maybe
50
more
each.
with our bartering skills.
Exactly.
I am feeling awfully persuasive today.
I do think we probably need more than two. There's 4 of us, and 2 of us. I mean, I've got a lot of hit points, but I'm up front a lot too. But like if particularly if Lux took a hit, might be in trouble.
True.
Yeah.
Finny even more so.
Yeah.
Guess
I
you
mean,
have to make sure that they don't get hit.
Do we want to scope this out to see if there's a place we can sort of hide and? You know.
I'm trying to think what the next step is. I mean, I think we should probably try to go. Hello?
I'm still here.
Oh, the music stopped.
I
It
know.
did.
Is
I
Alex
switched
still
the
here?
map.
Screen.
Oh, it was eerie. I was like, oh no.
What happened?
You broke it.
We were gassed, and all of a sudden we wake up in a pit. It's an evil DM
Actually
trick.
all up here. So the warehouse that they told you about is located here.
Where is
A little
here? Okay. don't feel like my stealth is okay. How's everyone else's stealth?
Oh, well, I'm a 7 foot. Nope, not so great.
My stealth is +2.
That's
Mine
impressive.
is
Aren't all
+2,
my
but I have
cards moving?
disadvantage due to my chainmail.
No.
You're all clanky.
I'm a clanky boy.
So I'm stealthier than. Am I the most stealthy?
Yeah, but you're
I
also
think
the
you are.
most fighty.
I am the most fighty.
Yeah, you're
I
not
have
wearing any
reluctance.
armor. That's why.
I'm a little hesitant to go rolling up in here, considering they just put a hit out on us last night.
Yeah. Oh,
I
Are
think
there
we
other
should
people
be.
too, or is it just the people
Are there other people
in
What?
there?
in where?
The club.
This fight club that they do once a week?
Yeah. Like, are
Uh,
there non, you know,
Thievy
no,
members.
it sounds like that they
Spectators
are
is the word I'm looking for.
specifically. It sounds like they are specifically. The fight club is held specifically for Point House members, for members of the Thieves Guild.
So, how would
Okay.
y'all feel about hanging around outside till the end and snatching somebody to see if we can get some information?
oh,
I mean, I don't think us rolling up in there and asking to fight's gonna end well.
No, I don't think that's going to end well. And hanging around outside might be odd because we're not really.
It's not that far off from this just in, though.
I mean, Gareth could because he's gonna, but the rest of us might be a little out of norm. We'd draw suspicion.
Well, it's still like mid-afternoon. You could just walk down to Southport just to take a
We
look
could
at the
case it.
place.
That's
Yeah.
true. We could case it out.
Case the joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So,
for that.
so you say goodbye to your fellows at the Careless Bird, and you make your way southwest through town, down the main thoroughfare into Southport, and you eventually find this two-story warehouse, which, at least on first glance, as you're walking up to it down the street, appears to be just a normal port warehouse. They're sort of bringing in crates and barrels, bringing stuff in, loading stuff out. There are it's sort of an L-shaped building, and the main trunk of the L has doors, big like loading doors on either side that are open, and they're just bringing stuff in, loading stuff out. Guys bringing out all the crates and the heavy stuff, loading them on wagons, that sort of thing. It seems like a fairly routine warehouse operation.
That's what I was going to ask: is if anything looks suspicious, but routine sounds not suspicious.
Not suspicious. No, it seems very routine. But the way that they described it at the Careless Bird is that this is something that happens after hours, like when the warehouse is closed. Then
Okay.
this thieves guild comes in. Maybe they have an arrangement with the owner, and they hold their little puncheon party once a week in this place.
Mm-hmm.
Saw I had a fight in the middle of your Black Panther party.
You don't talk about it, though.
right.
I don't know. What do y'all
Yeah,
thinking?
unless we can like sneak somebody in during the daytime to case it out and just sit in the corner and just to observe. I don't know that going in, like you say, just
I mean, do we have to follow up on this, or do we just keep this noted for future questing?
This is the biggest lead that you've had so far.
Yeah.
And it fits the MO. I mean, why would the Weavers Guild have street rogues ambushing people when a thieves guild, an actual thieves guild with the same sort of mark?
yeah. What if
Yeah.
they go? The guy that we talked to said he doesn't go, right? He just hears about it.
Right.
So maybe it's not that. Maybe it's a meeting of a different sort, and they're saying it's a fight club or something. And if we went
Is
in,
there anywhere that looks like we could hide?
There are
And
lots of
spy?
places to hide sort of around the building. It's sort of tightly tucked into other buildings, and it is a two-story building, and there's a set of wooden stairs going up to sort of this upper platform on the second floor with a door that goes inside, and plus the two main entrances plus a side entrance. So on the first floor, there are like 3 different ways to get in, and then on the second floor, there's one way to get in from the looks of it.
I mean, does it seem like a good day to die to y'all?
if we do, I would want to, you know, keep the door close by to our back so we can escape. But like with entanglement, we could slow a bunch of them down while we escape if we just felt like we needed
That's
to
true.
retreat.
If
we just need to
they're
retreat.
grouped in the area and they don't make their saving throw.
Yeah, true.
But even if they do make the saving throw, depending on where it goes, at least that's going to slow them down.
Yeah, you're right. They won't be able to run at us as fast.
I mean, I just want to make sure our back is always like to the door and close. So we always have a retreat exit. Other than that, I feel like we could go and at least check it out. We don't have to cause trouble. Of course, if we find trouble, we just want to make sure we can exit.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, I'm always looking for a fight, so that's fine with me.
I'm
not
off mic
against
for
it.
just 1 second.
I'm not
assume-
opposed. Go ahead,
I
honey.
assume that if anyone's, been knocked out, Lux is just going to walk over and cut their throat, so...
Hey, it's one less that we have to worry about tonight.
Yeah, she could just yell from the balcony, "Hey, you found the guy, don't let that happen to you."
I'm back.
You heard about the guy across town, right?
Yeah. Are you real attached to your testicles? Because might not be by the...
By the end of the night.
All right, so what would you like to do? You want to hang out and sort of observe the warehouse during the day? Do you want to go off and do other things?
What are the buildings surrounding it like?
Mostly business. I mean, it's most buildings in Whitecap have some sort of business on the main floor, and then residences on the second floor. If they are 2-story, many of the buildings are only 1-story. But
I wonder if we could approach this building and ask about renting space on the second floor.
For the day?
No, we're looking
or
for a
you
place.
mean the building that they are in?
Yeah.
Is it currently... Can we tell if it's currently occupied?
the warehouse that you've been watching?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's been
upstairs
there's
building.
been you can't tell from the ground because there aren't any windows. So you don't know what's happening on the second floor, but there's definitely a ton of activity coming in and out of the first floor.
So we could play dumb and just go find somebody to start asking about renting the top floor and be like, "Oh, hey, what's going on here? Oh, this is cool. Let's watch."
I mean, my family might need to rent some space for reasons of a wood nature.
Oh, that's good. And you have the highest
Yeah.
persuasion.
Yeah, it's
I
not,
mean,
like,
I
you
do
know,
have a
just-
high persuasion modifier, we'll say.
Just
Yeah.
walk up to
Oh, there you
someone
go.
randomly and tell them that you have wood.
I say you go ask if there's anyone that you could speak with about renting some
Really?
space.
No one laughed at that. I thought it was
didn't hear what you said.
funny.
No,
Oh,
I
I
didn't hear
said
it either.
go up to a random person and tell them that you have wood.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
See, we didn't hear that.
Yeah,
yes.
no one
Okay.
heard that.
So much wood, and I'm looking for a place to put it.
Do you have anywhere I could store my wood, baby?
I need a large open area to store my wood.
Yes, please do that.
Oh my god, we're so
Thank you. I
reasonable.
feel a little better now.
Okay.
Do you is that what you do?
I don't think I see it like that, but I think we try to
I think you should.
try try to see if there's any way I can get any more information. You know, ask about renting some storage area.
So who are you looking for as you walk up to the to this warehouse?
Who's
I
the
mean,
most in charge looking person?
yeah, someone that looks like the foreman of the group, or
Are you going into the building, or are you just sort of loitering outside?
Or why wouldn't you just say to whoever that come by, like, hey, who would I talk to about, you know,
I mean, is there like
renting
a
things?
like a security guard? Is there?
No, no security guards.
Then I guess I grab the first person I see and say, "Hey, who would I want to talk to about this?"
It's you grab just like a random like loader, just like a grunt, and he's like, yeah, go talk to go talk to Hervé over there. He might know something.
All right.
And he points
And
over to
who's
his
that?
right.
Okay, I find that person.
Hervé is this kind of Danny DeVito looking character. Because with a name like Hervé, what else are you gonna have? And
Right.
Is he Pervy Hervey?
Pervy Hervé. And he let me move all your figures down south to where you are now. You're right there. And he looks up at you as you walk up. This is a short guy. He's like 4'8", human,
So taller than
but
me.
just
Tall,
short.
Yeah. So I'm still
And
looking up.
So we make him feel tall. That should be good.
at least half of your group makes them feel tall. Wait, no. Yes, half of
Yes.
your group. Yes.
Yep. Finn does not.
And he looks at you like, "What? I'm busy here. What?"
Who would I need to talk to about maybe renting some space in this warehouse?
There is no space in this warehouse. It is completely in use. What are you looking for?
Say it. Do it.
She
I
said,
need a
Luck
place
said that
to-
out loud. She's like, "Say it, do it. Come on."
Need a place to put my wood.
I don't know. I mean, this warehouse is we're completely booked top to bottom. I don't even know what to tell you.
Any area in it coming open anytime soon? This would be a really good area for me to put it. It's, not too away from the docks. It's pretty close to where my wood likes to come and my wood likes to go.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh,
Does he rock back on his heel and thrust his hips? as he says this?
Wow.
I'm growing slightly uncomfortable with this conversation. What you wanted? I guess you could go talk to Erico. Erico, he owns the building. It's who we lease it through.
And is his office just inside or something?
No, it's not even here. I think it's up in where is his office? Hey, do you know where Erico's office is? Is up in Crown Hill? It's up in Crown Hill. That's where they most of the real estate offices are up in Crown Hill.
You should ask him if we could take a look around.
Can I just take a look around and see if this is could even
Yeah.
handle my wood?
Yeah, you go and take a look around. Don't go upstairs, but yeah, you could look around.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Hervey.
Hervey.
All right.
you're gonna call him that after your comment?
He is. They're besties now. So the main it's basically just one, like if you imagine again the L shape and the main trunk of the L, it's all basically one open sort of space up through the second floor. And is just crates and barrels stacked everywhere in this warehouse. And you could tell that off on like the arm of the L, like the lower line shape, or maybe some offices up or something up on the second floor. Same on
Can
the
I,
first floor as well. But
do I notice any tattoos on on any of the workers?
you did not see any. You did not see needle tattoos of any kind.
Okay.
When we were outside and we saw the steps going upstairs and there was a door, were there any windows? Would it do me any good to try to walk up those steps and peek in a window?
Were no windows on the second floor. Is basically
There were
steps
no
up to sort of an upper patio with
All right.
with a door going in up on the second floor, and the
I
walls,
take
the
out
outer
a
walls are all stone.
I take out my quill and paper so it looks like I'm taking notes for Gareth, so we seem a little more legitimate here.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you walk around with a orange vest and a hard hat, and you can get in anywhere.
All right. Is the other? Is there any way? I mean, is it well trafficked and monitored? Like one of us could just like slip away and sneak upstairs, or is
There's
it
a
too well trafficked?
there's a lot of traffic. This is like still like this is midweek business time, so there's a lot of foot traffic and a lot of cargo traffic.
Okay.
What kind of stuff is stored in here? Like, could I accidentally bump into something to knock it over to create a distraction while someone runs upstairs?
You could possibly create a distraction. You don't see, other than the stairs on the outside of the building, you don't see any stairs on the inside where all the cargo is stored, all of the crates and barrels and sacks and everything. It might be in one of the inner rooms, but in this main warehouse area, you don't see any way up to the second floor.
Okay.
How high? Okay. Like,
So I'd.
Finny
We'd have to
couldn't
use our
just like
go-go
toss
gadget.
someone.
Oh, don't
Oh.
even.
Nobody tosses a dwarf.
No one tosses a dwarf. I can't use my go-go gadget grappling gun. Okay.
And there are no windows on the first floor either.
Correct.
So we'd have to go up the stairs and open the door, and we might be walking right into a nest or something. We don't know. So
I say we leave for now, and we have an idea of what the
layout is.
layout is,
All right.
and we don't
Meg-
notice any sort of. I mean, is there any shrubbery around the outside?
Shrubbery, not too tall, not too wide.
There are scant amount of shrubbery. There's a tree, a kind of a stubby tree to the southwest of the building, but not a whole lot of greenery around. This is more of a work area, so it's all like just dirt and tromped down grass and not a green
Yeah.
space.
Okay.
I guess we gotta go.
Yeah.
Go buy another health potion.
Yeah, we might need it.
So you're gonna go back up to Sanctuary?
Yeah, wherever we would go buy that. I think
That
we
was
need
at
one.
the Church of Sanhedrin, which is a small shrine. Now, Terragir, their sort of national religion is Arcanes, who is the god of war. The kingdom as a whole sort of has a prominent war footing in their dealings, not only with the dwarves to the south, but the northern tribes, and over the generations that they've been in existence, they've sort of develop this sort of warlike mentality. They don't seek out war because Arcanes doesn't create conflict, but it will see to the end of conflict when it starts. And so Sanhedrin is sort of a lesser religion as far as the nation is concerned. So the shrine to Sanhedrin in Whitecap is it's a reasonable size, but it's not like they focus any attention on it specifically. But you work your way back through town to the sanctuary, and you enter in, and the same guy who, for some reason, in my mind, I picture as the guy from 30 Rock, the receptionist character guy. Do you know who I'm talking about?
No,
No.
Did you ever watch 30 Rock?
not in enough volume.
There were two other
Negative.
people. No, no one watched 30 Rock. Huh?
Not much, no.
I mean, I did, but it was a long time ago.
Hold on, I'm pulling up a picture. Luckily,
I've
there's
slept
this
since then.
there's this thing called the internet. Jack
I have not heard of it.
McBrayer.
Thoradin is not familiar with that.
Like, this won't mean anything to anyone who hasn't actually watched the show, but this guy is, for some reason, the guy that I picture. I'm going to paste it in Discord.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, I know who you're talking about.
So
I-
Oh
that's
yeah. Okay.
He voices a ton of characters.
yeah. So he's the guy that you talked to the last time in the sanctuary.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why, but that's just who I pictured in my head.
All
So
right,
kind of
checking in,
a very not incredibly intelligent but very well-meaning guy who just kind of wants to help and is kind of always thinking positive about things.
All right. Just kind of tell him I'm checking in to see if there's.
Oh,
if
hey, yeah, I
cross
remember
anywhere.
you. Yeah, from the last time you were here, I remember you guys. So you need some more healing potions, I guess.
Yeah, we'll just check. I had offered my services, and I wasn't sure if there was, you'd have a chance to see if there's any work available.
By the way, this is a horrible impression of this guy. Like, it's not even close. It's not even like in the ballpark of this
You're
guy.
fine.
But oh yeah, I can it's only been like yesterday, I think you were here, so then like nothing
Oh,
has
yeah,
come
just,
up yet, but I can completely sell you another potion for a donation if you want.
Do we have 50 more gold that we want to drop on this?
I've
I
got
mean, we
I've got 79 on me. So I mean, like, we've got
25
enough.
was the
We got
25.
20.
25 was from
We
the
had-
centaurs and the arm wrestling, right?
Yes.
24 from the scimitars plus
20
one from the arm wrestling.
25.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
That's an additional. I mean, if we each throw in 5 more.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that gives us one. I think that's reasonable. Does anyone have any qualms against that?
Doesn't sound like it.
Nope.
All right. So we each lose 5 more gold, and then we pay for that.
Sure.
All right, and so I
Let me
lose
go to my sheet.
5 minus the 25, so I'll lose 30. Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so great. Let me I'll just go back and I'll get you a potion. So I'll be right back. And he goes into that sort of coat check area. You hear some like bottles and stuff being rummaged around. Then he comes back out, presenting you one of the milk glass potion bottles with the encircled wing sort of embossed into the glass.
Who do we want to have have this one.
I
I know
guess give that one to Gareth since you took his.
I can take that one. Yeah, I do get
Okay.
hit a lot.
Can I just say that you four, you just look really special. You just
Oh, we are.
amazing. You're just amazing. I love it when you came in yesterday. I couldn't stop thinking about it, and today you're back. I think it's great. I think it's great.
Do I get the impression he's hitting on us?
Not really. He's like just a really kind of sincerely positive guy.
We hope that these donations will allow you to help many people.
You know what? It will. It really will. There, even yesterday, the stuff that you brought in. Let me tell you how much bread we bought with that donation yesterday. Oh my God! It fed so many people. It is so great.
We're so happy to be of service, and yeah, just in town for a couple more days, so figured I'd keep checking in to see if there's any other way I could be of service.
I would
If you,
love for you to stop by every single day. This is great.
and
I
if you ever
definitely
have
would.
any muscle needs, we can help there too.
I actually last night during dinner, I was telling I was telling the higher up about your group, and I'm certainly going to bring your names up again. What were your names again? What was it? Who was what? What were your names?
We need a gang name.
Let's see. Can we use become an acronym? What do we got? No, no vowels.
Yeah, no vowels in this. It'd be like a Klingon word.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Stagachlo.
Yeah, that's easy to roll off the tongue.
yeah.
I'll tell you what, you just go ahead and you come back whenever you want. We have a pretty good supply, so whenever you guys need anything, you just let me know. I'm here every day.
Thank you.
Hey, we could No, there's a T in there. Never mind.
What?
The
I'm trying to come up
Thoradin.
with a yeah.
She's working the letters.
Maybe it's more than just the letters. Maybe it's just the what's it when you take a couple and merge their name together? There's a word for that now.
Yeah. I don't think any of those are gonna work either. I was thinking of using, you can use the first like it could be an LUGA.
Yeah.
Uh, I almost had slugs out of that, but that didn't give us a T.
Hey, you wanna hang out for service? It's gonna be in like an hour or so, and you can
Sure.
listen in to the psalms and everything. It'll be nice.
Is that something we have time for?
I mean, aren't we trying to kill time at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's never bad to be in the good graces of the
Yeah. The supplier of your healing.
yeah. That sounds lovely.
Yes.
Oh.
I
feign
continue to
eagerness.
try and figure out what our name is.
And try not to be druidic looking.
Actually, through the Sanhedrin being the goddess of good would not be at all opposed to Asia, who is the goddess of nature.
Okay.
Asia tends to be more neutral, but they definitely good aligns a little bit closer to Asia's followers than what more evil aligned religions would.
Okay. Well, that
They
sounds
wouldn't
good.
they wouldn't see eye to eye on everything, but they would see eye to eye on more things than they would with like, Hazoid, who is the god of evil, or Karadre, the god of destruction.
Yeah, we could be I just had it a second ago. Garlux Thorfinn.
Ooh. Again, sounds like a Klingon name.
Garlux Thorfinn.
I'm Garlux, Captain. So you
Yeah.
sit in.
We
Go ahead.
Strandfiend and Lux could be the lust something. We just need something for Gareth and Thoradin for the second word. Although lust might not be the best thing to be thrown down at a.
That's true.
So you sit in through this service for Sanhedrin, and most of it is about protection and nurturing, acceptance,
Sounds like school.
honor. There are 2 wedding ceremonies that are held during the service. Sanhedrin priests are the officiators for weddings, so you get to sit in on a couple of them during this service. They're not overly long, so they're able to squeeze in 2 during this whole thing. But you get the sense that the belief and the tenet of it is very much about home and hearth and
It's so nice.
well-being. Yeah, it's a very calm, very nice feeling.
Is there any cake?
There's no cake. There are.
And now to the important questions.
There is sweet bread, so they have some sweet bread arrangements at the end of it. The people who follow Sanhedrin are called the bearers, and the clerics, the priests of the religion, are called the kanice, who are the actual the robed priests of the religion itself, who officiates everything. So just a little campaign lore. But yeah, so you sit in through this whole service and everything, and you feel feel a little positive, feel a little uplifted leaving it. With
Feel a little lucky.
Yeah, a little milk glass bottle in your pocket. And
Alright.
it's sun setting by the time that you leave, going down. I haven't checked the weather yet for today, but I wonder what it is. Let's see. Luckily, I have an app.
Do we have time for another meal?
Yeah, you could grab some food before this fight club is supposed to begin.
Yes, I like meat. I want a leg of lamb.
An entire leg.
An entire lamb is what he really wants.
I mean, we could be Lust Gotho.
Well, what is that?
Lust Gotho.
That's something.
I'm not sure about that. So there was some drizzle earlier in the day, but now the sky has sort of cleared. There's a high of 78, low of 68, so it's really nice. Like, it's really mild outside. So yeah, being out in this is like very low wind. It's very nice.
It's nice.
It
It's
is.
nice.
Trying to think. I don't have, so my stealth is only +1.
So at this point, you don't need to be too stealthy. I mean, you can sort of just walk back through town and just sort
I
of.
meant once we get into this whole mess tonight.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how we're gonna handle that. You can change into stuff yet, can't you, Finny?
Yes, I can change into stuff.
Can
I
you change
forgot
into
about that. I
something
entirely forgot
small
about
enough that you could?
I could be a fish in your pocket.
Can you do land animals yet? Like a rat? You'd see lots
I
of
don't
rats.
know. Let me see.
You see lots of rats on wharves and stuff, so it's definitely likely that you would have seen this.
Where is that? It's here. Wild shape. Do beast I've seen before. I guess any beast that I've seen. So yes, I could be a small rat or
It's a
something
little
like that.
different for you because since you're a specific druid circle that was specific to gnolls. But I'm opening up your sheet right now.
Like, there's
Yeah,
even rats on ships, though, right?
Oh yeah.
There are
there sure
plenty
are.
of rats on ships.
I'm glad you thought of that,
So
Val.
the max CR of 1/8 for forms with land movement.
I
If
feel like
it's
a rat would fall in that.
Yeah, it definitely would. If it's something with water movement, then you could do a 1/2 CR. But with land movement, you can do up
What
to
is
1/8.
CR?
Challenge
The
rating.
challenge rating, yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
It's basically the level of difficulty of the creature, the toughness.
All the creatures have it in the back. They tell you what their challenge
Okay.
rating is.
Yeah,
Like how hard it is to be that.
basically.
Well, I mean,
it's,
higher
it's
is
how tough
tougher.
they are.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, you could become a rat and
Okay,
kind of
that sounds
observe this.
perfect. Golly, I'm so glad. I can't believe I completely forgot about that. I guess because I haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I have that druid thing. I've done some of that.
That's
Yes,
You've done
you
a
have.
little bit.
Yes, you have.
Yeah, a spy. Who
Uh,
knew?
Okay,
so
I'm
you
gonna
could-
rat up and just climb right up onto.
So
onto
the
Lucky's shoulder
creatures
here.
of 1/8 challenge rating that you could turn into, that you had probably seen in the past, a dolphin, a giant crab, a giant rat. You not only a regular rat, you could be a giant rat.
I want to be a regular rat.
A giant
now, yeah.
weasel, a mastiff, a mule, a poisonous snake, a
that could be a
pony.
kinky night.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a
Um,
variety of landforms that you can take.
Yeah,
for
I
your wild
say
shape.
we.
Rat is really useful here.
Yeah, I think that we should head back towards there and plant Finny, and then we can kind of hide nearby.
Absolutely. She's our
And
spy.
see what Finny sees.
All right. What do you see with your rat eyes?
Cheese.
Jeez.
Nothing but ankles.
Let's see if I
Hey,
can find a
take it easy.
rat. Oh, this one's
Yeah,
cute. This'll be you in
Yay!
your rat form.
Voice. That is
So-
adorable.
Let me turn up a little. Let me turn the grid
It
back
looks like
on.
it's straight out of what was the video game you were just playing, Love?
Which love? Me or
Well, I'm
Heidi?
not talking to you. I was
Heidi?
talking to my husband,
Dang
but
it.
he's
Oh.
ignoring me.
Your other love, yeah.
No, I assumed you didn't mean me. What game are you talking about?
The one you were just playing.
Moss?
Shrinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
Jacob,
was a mouse though.
did you get do you have a membership to PlayStation Plus?
No,
Okay, never mind.
I don't have a PlayStation.
I thought you just bought a PlayStation.
No.
we have an Oculus.
I thought you just got like a game system of some kind for some reason.
We bought the
Never
Oculus
been into
Quest.
Oculus stuff.
Why was I thinking that you got like an Xbox or a PlayStation or something like that?
I don't know.
Jacob, I
don't know
do
either.
have the VR computer home with me if you ever wanted to plug it into Steam. I saw there's some free games available right now.
Okay. I don't know if it'll work with the Quest though.
It does.
Okay.
You just need the 3.0 lightning cable, which I also have.
Okay. We can try that.
Sorry for the diversion. So Finney's
No, it's
going
okay.
in.
I'm quickly making a rollable table so we can change Heidi's form in game. New item. This one's gonna be gnoll form,
Cute mousy.
and that's gonna be that. And then this one's going to be rat form, and we'll change it to there. Where did it go? There you are. Rat. There you are. Alright, and now this is going to be your new token. QRS Stranfiend. Show nameplate. Tied to your armor class and your hit points. CDH. GH. HP. And you're going to need some vision. Has sight. 60 minus 5. Save. I'm fixing this up here. Anyone need to stop anywhere else before you head back towards the warehouse?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
As long as we've got our weapons on us, yeah.
You do have your weapons on you.
Okay.
Has sight. And let me open up your character sheet. Strand. Edit. Remove. Yes. And add that one. Yes. Alright, so now we can switch your token to rat form.
Yay.
Now let me turn the grid back off. Alright, so you go back down through town into Southport to the warehouse district, and you would be approaching from this direction, so we will throw your tokens on the board. Choose side. You are a rat. Gareth, you're there. Lux and Thoradin there, and I'm moving you over now.
Uh-oh.
It's nighttime. Oh, I look very alone.
Don't.
Oh, now I can see something.
There it's some things.
Hello, everybody's.
It's
I'm
fine.
revealing some areas that you can see.
Rat, rat, rat. Being a rat.
It's really cute.
It is so cute.
All right, so you're approaching the warehouse from that side. The doors are now closed. The doors to the what would be the east and the west on this map, and really no one loitering out front. The work is pretty much done for the day, and so this particular area, being more of a business-oriented area, is fairly abandoned.
Is there any cover?
For a rat, yeah, there's lots of cover. I mean, you can hug the...
What about for the people that are, pretending not to be there?
For the people, I mean, there's no, like, if you're on the... Like, if you're hugging, like, a building side, yes. If you're out in the middle between buildings, not so much, but...
Is that a building?
We're just
Correct.
doing recon
Yeah, that's
right
a building.
now, right? There's no need for you to even...
I think it's about that time, isn't it? I thought
think
that
it's
was the
getting-
point, that
yeah, I
you were
think it's
going into...
Yeah, it's close to time.
All right. Well,
You were gonna go in and...
but you don't have to
Now,
stand
not
next to
not
it.
having any light, Gareth is at more of a disadvantage than the rest of you are, since he doesn't have dark vision. So he's going to have to basically hold on to Thoradin's shoulder or Lux's shoulder as you guys move.
Yeah, I don't want to like light up a torch and draw attention to us.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
It's not pitch black, but it's dark out.
All right, go on in, Finny.
I
See what you
find
can't
a
find.
hole and I go in and I... Where can I go in? Hold on.
Are you going to go around the building, or are you just going to go into the first area that you see?
I'm just going to find a hole and go in.
Okay.
I mean, she's a mouse.
Aaron.
I'm
You
sorry.
are a mouse. Make a perception check for me. Yeah, you can find a gap wide enough in the main double doors for you to fit through, and you sort of
Okay.
squeeze through. Anything that's big enough for your head is big enough for your body, and you sort of squeeze
Yep.
through into the main section of the warehouse where you see
Okay.
the large open area, and you hear activity in the sort of center part of the warehouse.
Scurry. I scurry in between. I kind of go between these two
The crates.
crates here. Yeah, and I'm peeking out.
Yeah, you can see that there's sort of a circle of people, and with a couple of people fighting fist to fist in the
I see
center
8
of them.
people. Okay.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Bloody fisticuffs people. I mean, that's a lot of blood on the floor.
This looks like it may be something that they've done quite a bit.
Okay. So a lot of that's old blood. Ooh, it got bright in here.
It did. I forgot to put light on these. There are lanterns on the tables.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, I see them. Yeah.
you can see.
All right.
You
What
can
else
see
did I
quite a
see here?
bit.
Everything else just looks like regular old storage.
Yeah, it's the same stuff you saw earlier today. It's all just crates and barrels and burlap sacks and
I mean, with
you know.
only 8 people in this room, they're really gonna notice if my friends come in.
So what would you like to do?
I'd like to observe for a moment and see if I can them they're talking about that sort of thing.
They're not really talking. They're watching the match.
Just
And the
watching
two
the
are
fighting.
kind of circling each other, and they're throwing punches, and it just seems like just a sort of a fight that's
And there's
happening.
Relaxed excitement, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Can you get upstairs?
Yeah. Let's. I don't see any stairs right
From
now.
where you are right now, you don't see any stairs or ladders or anything.
I mean,
You're a
how about
goddamn
the wall
mouse.
or climbing a crate?
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Oh Jesus! I'm a mouse.
You are. You're a rat. Okay.
That's pretty
So it
stealthy.
doesn't look like anyone noticed you, and you're able to get around to that doorway if that's where you were headed.
I'm looking for the stairs.
You don't see any stairs in this main room at all.
Wait, somehow I fell
But
into grayness.
here, alright, let me switch back to that. Here is a doorway.
Okay. Well, let's go through that doorway. And see what we can see. I can't. I'm not able. Oh, now I can. Okay. All right. So I pop through the doorway and scuttle along the wall. What do I see?
This
More
side
storage.
room also looks like a storage room, just a variety of crates and barrels and burlap sacks and that sort of thing.
Nothing in the ceiling of interest.
No, not from this
No
room that you can
windows.
see. No door. In this room, the far southwestern
floor?
room, you can see a ladder going up to the second floor.
Okay. I listen
There
with my little
on the
mousy
wall.
ears at the.
Make a perception check for me.
Oh goodness, the cats are doing their evening thing. I percept a lot.
You don't hear any sound coming from upstairs. All you can make out is the yells of excitement and everything from the
Okay.
fight happening in the main warehouse.
So I very sneaky scuttle up the ladder.
All right, let me switch you over to there. Give me 1 second.
I just heard the sound of a cat. Be careful, mouse.
They must have heard me. They
our two gelded cats like to wrestle of an evening, bite each other's face and grapple and tussle and make a lot of noise, and then they break apart. And sometimes Jojo
How do I... Hold on, I gotta look this up.
What are you looking up, dear?
I don't remember how to put different players on separate maps on Roll20. Oh, that's how. Okay. All right. I'm about to drop you onto where you are.
Okay, so this is the top of the thingy. All right, I peek into the room just with my whiskers and eyeballs, and that's it.
This looks like some sort of office area. There's a desk. There's a chest. There's scattered papers.
I don't see a chest. I just see the desk.
I don't have the chest on the map, but
Just know that it's there. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And a doorway to the east.
Okay. Do I smell any beings?
You smell a lot of human activity, yeah.
Okay. Do I hear anything yet besides the fight?
No, you do not.
All right, I stick my whiskers and eyeballs this doorway, rigging the edge. And what do I see?
It's a fairly empty room. There's some, a bit of storage, some smaller boxes and that sort of thing. It doesn't seem like a room that gets a whole lot of use.
Okay.
There's a table, couple of dirty plates on it. Maybe someone was eating at some point in this room.
Okay. I can't get into the next room.
Into here?
Yep, thank you.
Oh, is there a door there? Hold on, let me move that door.
There what? I mean... Oh, is there not supposed to be a door here?
There is a door there.
Okay. I mean, I could see that there was a door, I just couldn't go through it.
I moved it. So you scuttled underneath the door to get to this next... Yeah.
Alright, once again, whiskers and eyeballs.
Alright, scuttle through the door.
No, just my eyeballs, because I'm not going to run in there. Oh my.
And so this is sort of an open area. There's like a catwalk area that looks down over the main section of the warehouse where they're holding their fight club down below.
More scuttling. Is this the door up ahead here?
It is a door.
Okay, so I peek through that one, and what do
that goes out to the outer
balcony?
patio, the balcony area, and there are two people out there just sort of hanging out on the railing, just sort of looking out over the town, and one of them smoking a pipe.
I climb up that one and jump off his head onto the other one and bite its ear and hang like... No, I'm kidding. I don't do that. Okay, so one's smoking a pipe. They're looking out over the town. Do they seem alert in any way or pretty relaxed?
They seem... I mean, they're not currently on alert, but they are watching.
Okay.
They just seem like lookouts.
And this is the opposite side of the building.
Correct.
Okay. And then it looks like there are stairs over here.
Yeah, those go down to the outside ground floor.
Okay. So that would be another point of access if we needed it. I'm really not seeing anything of interest. Are there any hidden stairs?
Other than all the thieves having a fight club down on the lower level.
Yeah.
And there was only 8 of them?
There were 8, and then the 2 upstairs.
I mean, I guess we don't know that yet.
So I scuttle down the stairs. Do I see anything?
Just the rear of the building.
Back to my friends. Whee! Oh, and then, oops, I'm supposed to be outside here. Ah! Can I get back outside now? Oh. Oops, where'd I go now? Alright, ratting my way over to you.
And I have to go pee real quick, so I will be right back.
I have to go to sleep. I'm a very big mouse. I think if Lux weighs 69 pounds, I probably weigh 104. It's a big mouse.
I mean, you'd be mouse sized. You're a druid.
I know. I just meant from the picture.
Little mousy.
You can pet me. My fur is very soft. Sing to me, baby.
Are you headed back to us?
I'm with you. I'm standing next to you.
Oh, okay.
See me hovering over you?
No, that my screen has not
Oh,
I'm
come back to it. I thought you were still exploring.
nope.
So have you relayed all this information back to
Yes,
us?
indeed I have.
So how many were in there? 8?
8
There we go.
below, and then the 2 guards up.
Was there anything other than just fighting going on? Did it look like anybody was having a meeting, or
There was fighting and observing, and that was it. There were no standing.
So it is a legit fight club.
Legit fight club, not a cupper.
Did the people in there seem armed with weapons?
You did notice at least make a perception check for me.
Who, her?
Me?
Yeah. Yes, Finny.
I percepted so many times.
You did. This is a new
do it again.
perception.
This is recollection.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you remember at least 2 of them were carrying swords.
Carrying what?
At most swords, but at most
Okay.
the other ones were carrying, I mean, no more than like a dagger or a cudgel or a club or something.
I'm still down to kidnap one and question them.
Did you make air quotes around the word question?
I questioned the other guy. He lived.
You did. You definitely did.
Gareth questioned him. I just talked.
Question, castrate, it's all the same.
I only castrated the one that made threats to my group.
I gotcha.
I did not harm the one that just seemed scared and,
Wet himself, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I
If
think
I have you by the balls and you're going to threaten to kill me, I think you mean
that's
it.
pretty bold. Yeah, that's pretty bold. Yeah, I don't think... Doesn't sound to me like there's any reason to go in guns a-blazing kind of thing and storm the place. We could certainly wait till most of them leave and then take down the one or two that left and question them if we want.
That sounds more reasonable than rushing and guns blazing.
Or we could try to sneak up the stairs and take out the two on the landing. But then that could cause a stir and alert everybody else. So probably waiting's better.
So while you guys are standing there kind of talking about it, from the south, there comes this entourage where this bald,
This is not good.
um,
Bald.
and let's
Are
everyone
you
make
back
a
in person,
everyone make a perception check.
I'm not yet. I'm being surreptitious. More perception. Let's see.
Gosh.
Huh.
Not my
So
best.
Gareth, you recognize this person in the lead as probably being Terwin, which is a northern race of humans. They have generally they have white hair and kind of they have wrinkled skin even in their youth, and sort of almond-shaped eyes, and they're a little bit shorter and a little bit broader, and with kind of larger ears. And but this one though is shaved. He has shaved bald for most of it, but he has sort of a top knot of hair on the back of his head, and he's wearing these sort of elaborate furs and green tinted leather armor, and he's sort of walking in the advance of this entourage of 6 others who are filed in behind him. 4 of the others are sort of dressed similarly in sort of this green tinted leather armor, but 2 of them are dressed in red, kind of ragged cloth tinted, and their hands and lower arms are wrapped in white cloth, like bandages almost around their hands and their arms, their lower arms. And they sort of come up to the doors here on the west side of the building and open them up and stride in, and you hear one in the lead, the bald one with all the furs and the green tinted leather, say, he sort of presents himself as he walks in, and he says, "Seika is here!" And you hear sort of this cheer from the other people in the warehouse, and they all sort of stride in and close the doors behind them.
I think Finn needs to head back in and see what's going on.
Yeah, I think so too. Sneaky, sneaky, hidey, hidey.
Yes, you are.
So you say there was this Seika guy and 6 others, right? That's
Correct.
What it was? Okay.
Correct.
And the 6 others looked like they were kind of almost bound up.
4 of them were wearing sort of the same green tinted leather armor, though they didn't have as much fur action. And then 2 of them were wearing red, sort of ragged cloth, loosely draped robes with white wrapped arms and hands.
Wrapped hands?
Yeah,
So
like bandages, wrapped around their lower arms. No, it wasn't like they were prisoners. It was just that like their lower arms were bandaged up.
Okay.
And Finney, you sort of scramble through under the door again, and you see the 6 of them, the 6 of the newcomers sort of walk through that same doorway where you found the ladder, while the fight club sort of resumes here in the center, and the 2 that were fighting kind of start going at it again, and you sort of follow along. Go ahead and make another stealth check for me.
Okay. Oh. It's more than 10?
Yeah, you see the the Seika and the rest of the group start climbing this ladder up to the second floor.
Okay. Well, once they're all safely up there and the noise abates, I scurry up the ladder as well.
This is turning into a game of Shadowrun.
Mm-hmm.
The Deckers off kind of doing their hacking thing.
You know.
You're gonna put me back in there?
I am.
That's not me. That's the.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Give me a red hot second. There are two of you.
Oh my god.
You see that you kind of follow the entourage. The 7 of them go through the doorway and out to the outer catwalk area where they start watching the proceedings down below.
Okay. I peek my ears and nose around, listen and watch.
Yeah, they're kind of here they're watching the match. They're sort of rooting for each other. Seika seems like this very boisterous, charismatic fellow who is, kind of cheering with the fellows and picking his favorite and giving back slaps and he's a bro. He's a broheim.
Okay. And no chit chat about anything. Just
no chit chat. They're watching the game. They're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assess their fitness and weaponry. What do I notice?
They're all armed.
Two arms, probably.
They. You get a sense of you get a sense of two things. Seika is definitely the one in charge.
Okay.
Of this particular group, and this sort of entourage is you get a sense of this is like his personal crew.
Mm-hmm.
And you get the sense that they all at least they know how to use the weapons that they're carrying.
Okay. And do they appear to be on any business whatsoever besides just
No, it looks just casual leisure time for them.
Okay. All right. Do they interact at all with the guards that are out on there?
No, they didn't go out through the doorway at all.
Okay.
They just came out onto the catwalk and they're just sort of standing there looking looking down at the fight
and
happening.
No one takes any notice of them. From on the balcony or from downstairs?
Well, no, when they came in, everyone cheered.
So, they cheered. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So they all acknowledged that they had arrived, but they're not paying any sort of direct attention to them now that they've gotten here.
Then I scurry back to my friends and lay all the. Can you make me scurry back?
Did you scurry back?
Can you make me scurry back to them?
Are you on the right map?
What?
I don't know what map you're seeing, so I can't say if I scurried you in the right direction or not.
Yeah, you did. I had to lay down.
Oh, so Heidi's almost done.
Lux is not on the map. Oh, there she is.
I just
Yeah,
replaced
where
her.
am I?
Somehow you got
Ta-da.
deleted somehow.
Did you relete me?
I
There we are.
releted you.
Yep. So what to do here? Now we have some real thugs that are weaponized. Now we definitely are outmanned here.
We could burn the building down.
I was thinking of that. Like, you know what? We could go
Set fire to the whole
I do
town.
have a fire. Fire is one of my cantrips. We could set the building on fire and see what happens.
But
Now it is stone.
Spread out were the dudes that were in there on the.
The building is made of stone, just FYI.
Can I cast anything when I'm in mouse?
No.
No, you cannot.
Damn it! Because it'd be so great to be able to entangle those guys on.
I'm trying to think though. So they're not talking business, so we can't eavesdrop. They're really just hanging out.
Seriously,
Nothing.
let me just poke my head in the door.
Who is that talking?
It's me.
Oh, do you want to go back
your
in again?
Fiance.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't know if it was you or Mel. Do you want to go back in?
Aw. No, I'm just saying I could come back and into my null form and then just because I have to have line of sight to be able to cast entangle.
Right.
So I just peek through the door, cast it, and then draw quick.
Well, you'd
And
have to
then-
shape. You'd have to go in as a rat, shape change back into null form, cast a spell,
Why?
and then
For
shape
a
change
lock?
back into rat, and then sneak
Is it
back
for a
out
lock?
again.
I don't even want to sneak.
No one has tried the doors yet. You have no idea if they're locked or not.
I mean, at this point,
I
do
just wanna
we
open the
do we
door
make an
as a
attempt
null.
rather than okay? So I'm all about slit the guy's throat if he's threatening us, but none of these people have actually caused us threat yet.
Yeah, you've got a very good point.
Do we maybe try and see if they'll let Thoradin fight? Or do we still stick with waiting for an unknown amount of time for someone to leave and grabbing one?
Yeah, I think we do that.
The waiting one?
Yeah, and maybe try
Yeah.
and
Yeah, because if I go in and they don't like that I'm there because I'm not in the Thieves Guild, we're gonna have our hands full.
Yeah, that's a good point. We'd be outnumbered.
Gareth, do you have any thoughts?
When
I
it
have
was
no
just
thought.
when it was just the 8 lightly armored, I thought maybe, but these
Yeah.
this new 6 changed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Now the rest of them they didn't seem armored at all. Like the ones that are in the actual fight club, most of them aren't even wearing armor. They're in regular street clothes, just
Right.
kind of doing the fight club thing.
I'm not worried about that.
Again, though, I'd kind of like to talk to someone. As I said, I'm all about slitting someone's throat if I'm at threat, but they haven't actually threatened me.
Well, they did, because you got attacked the night before in an alleyway by some of them potentially.
I guess that's
Yeah,
true.
but whose word are we taking that these? How trustworthy are they?
Like, do we see the tattoos on these people?
She never
Did
looked.
Finn notice? Finn confirmed that.
She never looked to see.
Oh, God.
Do you want to go back in
Perception
and
check?
take a look?
Not really. I have to pick it up and
So-
control my mouse.
So Finny doesn't remember if they had tattoos or
Okay.
not.
Well, do you have to go in? Can you scurry up and look at the 2 guys out on the balcony? Maybe they won't. Maybe you can come up the side and a mouse isn't that threatening.
It's a rat, not a mouse. It's a rat.
Oh, it's a rat.
Very cute, petite rat, though.
What color fur does your rat form have?
Silky, silvery brown.
Pink.
Silvery brown. Pink?
Pink.
Oh my
hot
God.
Pink.
You stand out
Oh,
like
no,
a
that's-
neon sign.
That's Shadowrun. Sorry.
He
Yeah.
has a little pink mohawk down her.
Yeah. You have pink mohawk and sunglasses.
No, I'm just thinking a rat's not going to be that distracting. Even if they saw it, it'd be like, stinking
a
rat.
rat in a warehouse. I mean,
Yeah. That's
they
like
might kick at it if it was close.
right, but that's like seeing a box in a warehouse. Big deal.
Yeah. Oh, I will never forget the time I picked up a rat by.
You what?
I was. I didn't know that we had a rat problem. It grabbed a rag out of my grooming box, and there was a rat. And like when I was grabbing the cloth, I picked up the rat as well. I'm not sure which one of us was more surprised.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
We both squeaked. I'll tell you that much. I've never gotten Mel.
Squeak!
What did you say, Heidi?
That was at Trail's End. I think you told me that you could hear scream from the other barn.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, that was a long
We have
time
rats
ago.
at Lori's barn. I found rat droppings all over my one blanket.
Oh yeah, I've seen rats. Lots of mice.
All right, so what would you like to do? Do you want to go back in and take a look to see if you can spot the tattoos?
Yes, but you have to do the controlling. Do it.
Are you helpless now?
Honey, I've been up a long time. I'm really tired.
Should we stop?
Do we want to pause here and pick it back up?
I hate to pause before fighting, but
Once we start the fight, it's going to be a long run, and it is
exactly.
12.
Yeah. I usually poop out around 11 or.
All right, we can poop out.
We could poop back in soon.
We're pooping out.
I love you though a lot, all of you, and I think you're very cool. And I think Erin is. Okay, good night.
We're pooping. She can't even muster the energy to give a proper good night.
Wow.
When is the group next free?
Oh God, who knows? It's all very
I guess
much
Aaron,
up in
you're
the
the
air.
one we got to ask about that.
Yeah.
When can we? I mean, You're working from home. You can totally stay up late into work night.
Yeah. I mean, like honestly, my tomorrow is open. I don't have any. I mean, like, what am I gonna do? I did my shopping